Supplies, and City National Bank. And now for the pregame show, let's head to the field and join our Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10 broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening around the Eastern Panhandle or wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. It's Winchester Post 21 taking on Berkeley Post 14. Matt Crawford here with you, along with Martinsburg Baseball head coach Aaron Byler, and back at the studio doing all the dirty work, Logan Nichols. Well, Coach, it should be a good one here tonight. Two teams that have seen each other earlier in the year. Winchester coming in a 9-6-3 record overall on the year as the host team, and Berkeley Post 14, not really a surprise. They're having a pretty good year themselves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You think we got two good teams going at it here tonight, and it looks to be like a beautiful night out there, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, very good park here at James Wood High School, which is where we're located right now. A unique-looking park, a very sharp scoreboard out in the outfield, and something you don't necessarily see a lot at the high school level. There's a warning track all the way around the field. That's something you were looking at, one of the things that caught your eye when you walked in.
Yeah, I like the warning track the whole way around. I think it makes it look really sharp, gives it kind of more of that major league feel, the thing we're kind of talking about, and thing you can kind of see right now is some grass growing up on it. So the upkeep on that is tough, but I think overall it makes the park look pretty nice.
Well, if you're watching on TV 10 or WRNR TV right now, you see the umpires and two head coaches getting together, and you just saw them point at the backstop, and that's one of the things that you notice when you're here at the field at James Wood High School is how deep this backstop is. A pass ball, you have the right runner on base, that could be two bags easily.
It definitely could be, and I think Post 14 has some guys that could make it too, and I think they'll be looking to make it too if they get that opportunity.
All right, that is our welcome and scene set, and give you a little bit of a preview of what's going on here. Let's take our first break, come back, and we'll give you the starting lineups, then get ready for action. It is Winchester Post 21 hosting Berkeley Post 14.
Special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of American Legion Baseball.
Looking for a pre-owned vehicle to help prepare you for the future? All Honda-certified pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected by a Honda-trained technician and backed by an outstanding Honda limited warranty for up to 7 years or 100,000 miles from the original in-service date. You could say we pre-screen each one, as a precaution. Visit HondaCertified.com and search for local inventory.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
See your Honda dealer for limited warranty details.
In the market for a flooring upgrade, Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring does it all, from hardwood floor restoration to new floor installation, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Family owned and operated with over 25 years experience, you can expect excellent customer service. Estimates are free. Call 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
National anthem finishing up here as we welcome you back into the broadcast booth. Both teams now going back to their dugouts. So take a look at the starting lineup, starting with the visitors. It'll be Berkeley Post 14 in the leadoff spot playing center field. Kyle Farmer. Aaron, a name that you're familiar with seeing.
I am. Looking forward to watching him play tonight.
Austin Bartley will play left field in the number 2 spot, followed by Brady Weaver. He'll be behind the plate in the number 3 spot. Hunter Coe, the DH, the true DH for today's starting pitcher, Cam King. Coe in the cleanup spot. He's followed by Corey Daly, who will play shortstop. Zach Rose in right field. Jamison Matthew in the number 7 spot. He'll play first base. Parker Martin will play the hot corner at third. He's batting 8th. Justin Murphy is at second, rounding out your batting order. So it's Farmer, Bartley, Weaver, followed by Coe, Daly, Rose, and then Matthew, Martin, Murphy, Cam King on the mound. Only one sub today for post 14, and that is Dylan McCartney for Winchester. Post 21 on the mound for them, Amon Jude, who's getting in his warm-up pitches right now. Their batting order leading it off is Daniel Croyle. He'll be in the number 1 spot at shortstop. Logan McGinnis playing center field in the number 2 spot. Jude on the mound right now will be in the 3 spot. Again, he is on the mound. Chandler Bollinger, he will be in right field in the cleanup spot. Jack Duvall will hit 5th. He'll be at third base. Micah Sloan is the second baseman today, batting in the number 6 spot. McKinley Dean is playing first base, batting 7th. Andrew Plunkett behind the plate, batting 8th. And rounding out the batting order for post 21, Calvin Bowser playing left field. The sun starting to cast shadows a little bit here, but mostly in foul territory. Probably see it creep up a little bit more as this game goes on. Again, the scheduled first pitch that we had heard earlier was 6 o'clock. And looking at the 2 websites earlier, one said 6, and that was the Berkeley Post 14 website, while Post 21 had it listed as a 7 o'clock first pitch. The 2 managers got together and figured out 7 would be a better start, so here we are.
Looks like we're going about 7:08, 7:09, so not too far beyond.
Yeah, also a little bit delayed today because of our 2-man umpiring crew. Apparently a little late getting to the ballpark, but overall not too bad. I'm sure these players don't mind probably cooling down a little bit. It was a hot and sticky one out there today.
Yeah, I think they probably prefer the little bit later start. I know I do up here, even though they got some nice air blowing through the press box. But I think anytime you can play a night baseball game, it's just a better atmosphere.
Yeah. About a 2-hour baseball game is what we're expecting, but it's Legion and it's summer ball. You never know how long it'll go, so we'll see how much night we actually get in. A beautiful day, cloud-wise, barely any cloud.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford.
Out for the majority of this one.
Leading off for post 14 is number 15, Kyle
It'll be Kyle Farmer set to lead it off. He is now going to be 2 years removed from high school, coming into this upcoming fall.
Yeah, I know Kyle was a kid that we really enjoyed having at Martinsburg, and his 2 years that I got to coach him was an absolute pleasure.
And Jude will start out of the windup. He will be on the right side of that pitching rubber. Farmer standing closer to the plate, but pretty much even in depth. First pitch in for a strike to Kyle Farmer, and the first pitch coming at 7:09. Just about 9 minutes late, not too bad for waiting on umpires. Here comes that 0-1 pitch, fouled off, out of play down the first base line, getting all the way back to the soccer field. Up the hill, count now 0-2 to Farmer.
You know, it's been a while since they've been on the field, so I wonder, anytime you have a lengthy break, you wonder about the bats.
Yeah, a lot of rainouts last week, including a game that they had to drive all the way to Moorfield to figure out that it was going to get rained out. We were up there for Little League, so we know how that feels. The 0-2 driven to the opposite field, a fly ball out to Bollinger in right field. He camps under it and hauls it in for out number 1. So Kyle Farmer swinging away on that 0-2. Was a little late on it, maybe misguessing a little bit on what pitch was coming in.
He seemed to be kind of late that whole there.
And that foul ball was driven over that first base dugout as well. So now 1 down. Austin Bartley steps in, again the righty. A little bit of an open stance, stands more towards the front of that box as he takes ball 1 just above the letters.
Another Bulldog, it's kind of nice to see him hitting back to back here.
I know Barger, another name you were expecting to see, but he's battling some arm issues.
Yeah, I think he's going to be out for the rest of the year. I think he's going to shut it down.
The 1-0 spikes in the dirt, gets by Andrew Plunkett, the catcher for post 21. No harm, nobody on the base paths. And the count now 2-0 to Bartley. Now, how much does that concern you, if at all, if is arm issues that happen over the summer? I know your season's so far away.
He's kind of a guy that we were very careful with during the regular season too, because 2 years ago he had arm surgery, so we were very careful with him. But I think he's been taking the right steps to get back, and I think it's kind of just a caution to shut it down at this time.
Bartley takes that 2-0 again, missing short in the dirt. Now the count 3-0. Here comes Jude with that 3-0 pitch out of the windup, and that one misses just below the knees, ball 4.
That was a close pitch there. I don't know if that's one you're taking unless it's 3-0.
A little too close for comfort, so after 3 pitches that pounded the zone to Kyle Farmer, Jude missed on all 4 pitches to Bartley. And now a runner on for Brady Weaver, the power man, or one of the power men in this lineup. I know you have firsthand experience with that, watching him throughout the EPAC this year, as did we here at WRNR, and just amazing the power and not necessarily the stature you would expect that kind of power out of.
No, he really swings it well, and the ball just kind of jumps off his bat.
Weaver steps in, first pitch he sees in for strike 1 on the inside corner. Good location. Bartley, a guy that can move at first base. Didn't have an overly aggressive lead.
Yeah, with one out here, you might expect to see him in motion.
Trip Tobin standing down that third baseline. Here comes that 0-1, a check swing, and didn't hit the bag. It's by Plunkett's. Moving up easily to second base will be Bartley on the pass ball. I'm not sure if Plunkett was expecting there to be contact made as Weaver came basically halfway through that zone.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be a real tough ball to handle there, but somehow it got between his legs.
So runner now in scoring position as Bartley stands at second. Brady Weaver behind on the count 0-2. But again, a dangerous 0-2 hitter, a dangerous hitter in Eddie count. Here comes that 0-2 pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Now the count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Weaver. Hunter Coe standing in the on-deck circle, today's designated hitter for pitcher Can King. And now we'll have a meeting at the mound.
Seems to be having a little bit of trouble throwing strikes here early on.
I know the sun coming right from behind the press box. Wasn't sure how directly behind it was until we were hollering down at Trip Tobin for a lineup earlier, and to look up at the press box, he had to shade his eyes and kind of look straight ahead. So, not sure if that's playing any impact in the vision or not, or he's just trying to find a zone.
You wonder, too, with these pitchers, I don't know how long they've had off, but, long break for a pitcher, too, unless they're throwing their bullpens, which is sometimes hard to get in during the summer, They kind of can be a little rusty, too.
And you saw time taken by the pitcher and catcher. Now you'll see Brady Weaver step out and adjust his stance. Now he steps back in. Here comes that 1-2. That one misses just off the plate. Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't want to speculate too early on the zone here, but it looks like it might be a little tight.
I think that one's a little more off the zone than your little catty corner.
I'm also a pitcher's umpire. I want to see a lot of strikes.
Not saying it was a bad pitch, but a little off the plate. That one a little low and away. The count runs full, 3-2. So after having Brady Weaver behind in the count, 0-2, Amon Jude is throwing 3 straight out of the zone. He'll be out of the stretch, ready with that payoff pitch. Here comes the 3-2. That one just low and away, ball 4. That one, I may start to speculate with you. The zone's a little tight.
I wasn't going to comment again, but I'm glad we're getting there on the same page.
Yeah. Definitely thought that one caught the low outside corner. But apparently that outside corner going to be a little tighter for pitchers today. Now 2 runners on for Hunter Coe.
Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner at first base. Is that Dylan McCartney?
It is, the only sub of the day, so pretty easy to figure out who the courtesy runner is going to be throughout the game today. Number 21, Dylan McCartney. So McCartney at first, the courtesy runner for catcher Brady Weaver. And at second base is Austin Bartley. Bartley on with a 1-out walk. Brady Weaver reaching with a 1-out walk as well. Here comes Hunter Coe. He takes ball 1 off the plate. At the height, just apparently missed a little bit off the plate. Not friendly today for the pitcher so far.
Hunter Coe's another one of those Hedgesville guys that you hate seeing come to the plate as an opposing manager. He really swings it well too, and was a very big key to their success this year.
Here comes that 1-0 from Jude. Hunter Coe rips one into right field, into the gap. That's going to be in for a single. A rounding third is Austin Bartley. He's going to try for home. It'll be a play at the plate, and Bartley's in safe on the slide. Great speed by Austin Bartley, moving from second to home, scoring the first run of the game for Berkeley Post 14, and a great piece of opposite field hitting for Hunter Coe, his first RBI of the game, and Berkeley Post 14 takes the 1-0 lead, 1 out here in the top of inning number 1.
That was good baseball all the way there, all the way around there. Coe hit the ball where it was pitched, and Bartley got a great jump off the bat and never hesitated coming around third base.
And no hesitation in the location of that. He was moving to third regardless. So easy for him to get the wheels rolling. Dylan McCartney moved up to third, so now runners at the corners. It'll bring up Corey Daly. Daly, one of the more unconventional batting stances that you will see at this level. That bat almost horizontal as he loads up. And gets almost vertical as he sees the pitch come in, as he takes that one high and outside, ball one.
Yeah, you don't see that too very often, but it looks like he gets things figured out by the time the pitch is coming in. So I'm not big, what you do pre-pitch, as long as you're set and ready to go when the pitch is coming in.
Yeah, it's all comfort, right?
Yep, it's all about how you feel and how you feel comfortable.
Here comes that 1-0. That one low inside, ball two. Corey Daly, the fifth batter of the inning, one down here in the top of inning number one. The shadow's starting to creep further and further onto the field. But most of the infield and outfield still have the sun shining as Daly takes a hack at the 2-0 and fouls it out of play over the stands down the first base line. Again, back up to that soccer field. It's elevated to our right. Now the count, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Shouldn't be too hard to find foul balls up there, I wouldn't think.
Remember in high school, we had a fence to an old junkyard. We had to crawl under to go get foul balls, and was miserable as that 2-1 misses high to Daly. Now 3-1. Daly's got a hitter's count here.
I know it can be a little challenging out at P.O. Faulkner Park there with the kind of have the fence and then the softball field's up on top. But if it gets in between the softball fields and the fence and those weeds get grown up, you can lose a lot of baseballs.
Here comes that 3-1 to Daly. High and inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Third walk of the inning allowed by Amon Jude. It'll bring up Zach Rose, the dangerous lefty, who's just coming into his junior year at Jefferson High School. And now it looks like we're going to have a mound visit.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Lowry's pretty excited to have him back for 2 years.
And Matt Miller and I, throughout the broadcast in the spring and coming into these Legion games, as this is now Legion game number 5, I believe, 4 or 5 for us on the summer. They're just amazed by the pure size of Rose is just going into his junior year of high school, and the sky's really the limit for him power-wise, I think, by the time he becomes a senior. And I would imagine that he's got that D1 power hitter, DH body.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks the part, and from what I've seen during the high school season and following this Legion team, I think the sky is the limit, like you say there, for him. And he, I'm sure that Coach Lowry makes sure he's in the weight room and things like that in the off season to get to where he needs to go.
And the one thing we've noticed from Rose, however, he's struggled to hit to the opposite field. That's something I think he's worked on throughout the summers. We've seen him spray the park a little bit more. And a big opportunity here to break this one open early. Bases loaded, 1 down. Berkeley post 14, a 1-0 lead. Rose takes a hack at one and fouls it off into the netting behind home plate. So not going to take there. He was ready to swing.
Yeah, I thought maybe they might be taking a pitch there with a little bit of trouble there by our pitcher, but looks like manager tripped over and gave him the green light and told him to go after it.
Jude out of the windup with the bases loaded. Here comes that 0-1, a breaking ball that stays high, 1-1.
That breaking ball doesn't seem to be too much of a strike right now. I would imagine Rose is zoned in on a fastball here and looking to hit pretty hard.
Dean, the first baseman, and Duval, the third baseman, playing in middle infield, playing double play depth. Here comes that 1-1 to Rose, and a ball that was tipped at the plate but held on to by Plunkett. Now Jude ahead in the count, 1-2, and a big pitch upcoming. You can find a way to get Rose out with a shallow pop-up or be able to strike him out. That allows a ground ball to be a forced play anywhere for out number 3. Here comes that 1-2 pitch. It's driven the opposite way. It's going to be a fair ball down the third base line. McCartney going to score easily from third, rounding second, and coming home is Hunter Coe, and it'll be a 3-0 lead for Berkeley post 14. A 2 RBI double for Zach Rose, and talked about him being a guy that had struggled to hit the opposite way. That was a beautiful hit down the third base line.
Yeah, there it is. You kind of set him up for that. He said he's been working on it. Looks like he's working on it there, and that makes him all the more dangerous at the plate if he's going to hit to all fields like that.
Courtesy runner Dylan McCartney was the first to come around and score, followed by Hunter Coe quickly, as that was a stand-up double down the left field line for Zach Rose. Jameson Matthews swings at the first pitch he sees. He loops one into shallow center field. Coming in from third easily is Corey Daly. Now Zach Rose coming from second. It's now a 5-0 lead for Berkeley post 14. Jameson Matthews gets himself a pair of RBI.
You know, so much for thinking the bats might be a little cold after that week off. They seem to be just as warm as the weather right now.
Now Parker Martin will step in. There's one runner on. Jameson Matthews stands at first. And a very good top of the first inning for Berkeley post 14. Martin stands in, takes strike one. Hitting is contagious, and I was interested to see if Parker Martin was going to be swinging away at the first strike he saw, or even anything close. Takes that one. Here comes that 0-1, and it's fouled off just to the right of the press box and out of play. Strike two. Nothing your score here in the top of inning number 1. Number 8 hitter in the order. Parker Martin stands in. Check swing at the plate. The ball misses just outside. Now the count 1-2. Not outside of the zone. Staying tight.
Appears to be non-existent, huh?
Yeah. You get the plate, and that's about it. Seen a couple pitches that could have very easily been called strikes as Parker Martin chops one up the middle, and that's going to get into center field for a base hit. Jameson Matthews going to round second and then retreat back to the bag, and it'll be another one-out single for Parker Martin.
That was a good piece of hitting there. You know, he got behind early and, you know, just hit the pitch where it was thrown and, you know, didn't try to do too much with it. That was a great job there by Parker Martin. 4th
hit of the inning for post 14. Still just 1 down, 5 have crossed the plate. Justin Murphy, the number 9 batter in the order, now steps in. First pitch to Murphy, right down the middle, fastball in for strike one. Murphy, the lone representative of Musselman High School in this lineup. They're on the roster today at all. The only sub is Dylan McCartney. The 0-1 misses just off the plate. Probably a little low as well. Count now even 1 ball, 1 strike.
Murphy will be a senior at Musselman High School next year, I believe.
And has had a really good summer so far. We've seen him hit the ball very, very well in the times we've been out to call Legion games. Having a very good summer as he chops this one the other way, moving over on the second baseman. Up with it is Sloan, fires over to first and gets Murphy by a couple of steps for out number 2.
You know, Murphy got down the line pretty good there with that big hop. He made it pretty close.
Yeah, a high chopper to the right side. Micah Sloan making a very good play on that baseball, kind of anticipating where that medium hop was going to be. Did a very good job and coming down with it, firing over to McKinley Dean at first. For the second out of the inning, both runners advance. Now Parker Martin at second, Jameson Matthews at third, and we are back to the top of the order.
I guess we got, what do you say, scratch out that 2
scratch
and make
out
it
the
a
2
1?
and make it a 1 in the scorebook. First pitch to Parker Martin, high and inside, ball 1. The Little League Baseball the last couple of weeks, it's been a common occurrence. Anybody who's ever watched or covered Little League Baseball understands that completely. That 1-0 pitch misses inside to Farmer, now 2-0 to the leadoff hitter, the center fielder for post 14.
Yeah, those Little League innings can be pretty fun at times, I'm sure.
Yeah, especially with all the substitution rules and everything. Here comes that 2-0. That one misses just inside, ball 3. Farmer got the inning started flying out to right field. And since then, it has been 5 runs that have come across. That 3-0 pitch in for strike 1, the old automatic, the fastball. Well, that belt high on the outside of the plate.
Yeah, if you're Kyle Farmer here, you don't want to make 2 outs in the same inning. You might get a little razz going back in the dugout.
That 3-1 pitch, a called strike 2 on the outside corner, and maybe that strike zone expanding a little bit. We've seen that called a ball pretty much. I know a short sample size, but pretty much all day.
I'd say the first time that was a pitch was a strike today.
Full count, a swing and a miss for Kyle Farmer, and he goes down on strikes. They batted around. 10 batters come to the plate at the top of inning number 1 for Berkeley post 14. They'll take a 5-0 lead into the bottom of the first one. We come back. Again, it's post 14 over post 21. 5-0.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever.
Looking for a
and with the
pre-owned vehicle
return
to help
policy
prepare you
easier
for
than
the future?
Walmart, Hagerstown
All
Ford has a
Honda-certified
goal to
pre-owned
deliver
vehicles are thoroughly
350
inspected by a
cars and trucks per
Honda-trained
month.
technician
And when I say
and
deliver,
backed by an
I mean
outstanding
deliver
Honda
to you,
limited
where
warranty
you are,
for up to
just
7
like
years
Amazon
or
does.
100,000
And if you don't
miles
want
from
it,
the original
return
in-service
it. No
date.
questions asked.
You could say
the
we
only way
pre-screen
Hagerstown
each one,
Ford can accomplish
as a
this extremely
precaution.
aggressive goal is
Visit
to make the car buying
HondaCertified.com and
process
search
fast
for
and
local
easy.
inventory.
We simply
Miller Honda
refuse
south
to
of
play the
Winchester, home
dumb
of the
back and
lifetime
forth
powertrain
games that
warranty.
most dealerships want to play. There's
www.mylorhonda.com.
absolutely no
See a Honda
reason
dealer
for
for
you to
limited
waste
warranty
your precious
details.
time at a car dealership.
In
I
the
assure
market for
you,
a flooring
there's no
upgrade,
dealership
Trips
from
Floor
Winchester,
Sanding and
Virginia
Berkeley Fashion
to
Flooring
Washington,
does it
D.C. that
all.
can beat
From
our price.
hardwood floor
There's no
restoration to
dealership that
new
will allow
floor
you to return your new
installation,
car if you don't want
including
it. Hagerstown
hardwood,
Ford
tile,
absolutely
vinyl,
has the best
laminate,
price.
carpet,
And we'll
and the
bring the car to
hottest
you.
trend
And
in
if you don't want
flooring,
it,
luxury
return it.
vinyl
Period.
tile, and
No
luxury
questions asked.
vinyl
There's
plank.
no reason
Family
to buy
owned and
anywhere
operated
else.
with over
Visit
25 years experience,
HagerstownFord.com
you can
to
expect
schedule your
excellent
VIP
customer
experience
service.
and get your new
Estimates are
ride
free.
delivered to
Call
you.
304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Medicine.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling
In
you.
the top of inning number 1, and Raymond Jude, 38 pitches thrown in that first inning, and Berkeley did a little bit of everything. They took pitches, they had quality at-bats, but also saw strikes they liked and were able to spray the ball over the ballpark. Some going into right field. Zach Rose, a big 2 RBI double that he ripped down the left field line, and a good way to start for a team that, as you mentioned, is you thought was going to have to shake the rust off a little bit.
Yeah, it appears they were ready to go. They must have been doing some hitting practice with Coach Tobin there the week off. Cameron King comes in here, and that's a great way to come out with a 5-0 lead in the first. He's just going to go out there and hope to throw strikes and let his defense play behind him.
Yeah, I think his biggest issue is going to be how much time he spent warming up and then the layoff time in that top of the first inning.
Yeah, you look at first pitch was 7:09, and he's going to throw his first pitch about 7:29. So
about 15 to 20 minutes in between.
Yeah, but hey, as a starting pitcher, I'm all right with having that.
Yeah,
problem
you haven't necessarily warmed up to your extent yet. It'll be Daniel Croyle leading it off, the righty for Winchester Post 21. Nate Eback, the head coach for Winchester. Croyle steps in. Here comes Cam King with the first pitch. That one misses outside, ball 1. King will be out of the windup. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. That one also misses outside, ball 2. So I'm sure King not starting the way he would want to. He had only 2 pitches, but I know first pitch strike's such a big deal now more than ever in baseball.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. There, he found one.
Yeah, there's that 2-0 right down the middle. A little bit of an all-speed pitch. Found the center of the zone for strike 1.
King's been pitching pretty well for this post 14 team, if I believe so.
Here comes that 2-1, high and outside, ball 3 to Croyle in that leadoff spot. On the summer so far, Croyle is 49, or make that 16 for 49. That's a 327 average. And here comes that 3-1, high and outside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Winchester, and that's what you want if you're Winchester, to quickly come back and get a runner on base here in the bottom of the first after how the top of the first went.
Yeah, and that's not what you're looking for if you're post 14. That'll drive you crazy.
Brings up Logan McGinnis, the starting center fielder. He will bat from the left side with a runner on, and he'll have a hole to hit through in the left side of the infield. Jameson Matthew holding Croyle on first. First pitch into McGinnis. High inside, ball 1. Cam King, a lefty, so it'll keep Croyle closer to the bag.
Yeah, facing him at Berkeley Springs too. He has a pretty good pickoff move, so he's gonna keep him close.
Here comes that 1-0. Fastball misses up, ball 2.
I would say if you're Winchester, the running game might be very limited today with King on the mound and Weaver behind the plate.
Yeah, Weaver not a guy that you saw many teams run on throughout the spring.
No, he's tough to run on, and then you pair that with the lefty move, and things are not easy when it comes to trying to steal free base here tonight.
See Parker Martin and Brady Weaver heading to the mound, try to calm down Cam King. You also got to wonder, as a starting pitcher, you have all that time to just sit in the dugout and think.
Yeah.
It's the one problem with being DH for you. If nothing else to focus on. The same can be said for that DH. Nothing else to focus on.
Sometimes you overthink it a little bit.
At 2-0. Missed just below the knees, ball 3. Didn't look like it missed by much.
We're going back to the tight zone we talked about.
Looks like it. Ready with 3-0. Here's that 3-0 from King there. Just called strike one on the outside corner. McGinnis on the summer so far, a .371 hitter with a .489 on-base percentage. So he has found a way on as a 3-1 pitch is fouled, hitting the fence in front of the dugout belonging to Berkeley. Count now runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. McGinnis steps back in, again a lefty. Stands near the back of that batter's box. Here comes King out of the stretch with that 3-2, and it'll be a ball that just misses the zone, popped out of the glove of Brady Weaver.
You know, my only thought on that one maybe is that if Weaver catches that ball, it's strike 3, but I think it's strike 3 either way.
Yeah, the outside of the zone. It's been at least you can say it's been consistent. Other than the one pitch in the top of the first that we questioned, it's been pretty consistent whether the lefty batters or righty batters. It's been you're not getting the outside for the most part. And now 2 runners on here in the bottom of inning number 1. No outs for Winchester. And the start they wanted is the first pitch to Amon Jude is in for strike 1.
Jude looking to help himself a little bit here.
The righty steps in. Again, a slightly open stance towards the back of the box. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. And Cam King and Berkeley just looking to get the first out of the inning. As the Shadows now covering third baseman Parker Martin, and a swing and a miss on a ball that was low and away, and the way the strike zone looked would have been ball 1. Jude goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Nice job by Cameron King there to respond after those 2 early walks.
And you got to wonder on that swing how much that top of the first inning may have been in his head. Not saying for sure, a good pitch by Cam King, definitely, but one that looked well low and away. That'll bring up Chandler Ballinger. The lefty stands in and takes ball 1. That one missing upstairs and a little away. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Here in the bottom of inning number 1. Berkeley ahead by 5. Winchester hoping to start to climb back. That 1-0, that one misses low in the dirt. Ball 2. Ballinger playing right field today. Saw him already in action in right field, hauling in the first out of the ball game. Ballinger, a .485 hitter with a .510 on base percentage. Those are Chase DeLauder numbers.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good numbers for the summer he's having.
That 3-0, that one also misses above the letters. 3 balls, no strikes now to Ballinger. And if you're King, you got to find the strike zone because you don't want to load the bases with just 1 out. Here comes that 3-0. That one well off the plate, ball 4. So 3 walks in the inning for Cam King.
Yeah, definitely not the start he was looking for, and it looks like we're going to have a little mound visit here.
Yeah, looks like we will have pitching coach come out, along with bringing in, now the whole infield comes in. It was originally just Jameson Matthew and Brady Weaver. Now you'll see Corey Daly and Parker Martin coming in, along with Justin Murphy. So Berkeley in the top of the first has scored 5 after Kyle Farmer flied out to right. Bartley reached on a walk. Weaver reached on a walk. Then it was a RBI single for Hunter Coe, scoring Austin Bartley. Corey Daly walked to load the bases. Then it was a 2 RBI double for Zach Rose, followed by an RBI single to score Zach Rose. By Jameson Matthew, a single for Parker Martin. Martin and Matthew would be stranded in scoring position. Now here in the bottom of the first, it's been 3 walks to load the bases. A strikeout mixed in there for the 1 out of the inning. And we'll see what Jack Duvall can do here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Cam King will be out of the windup. Again, more towards the right side for him of that pitching mound, and strike one to Duvall.
Duvall's only hitting 268, but his on-base percentage looks to be 602, so he might be one of those guys that looks to walk.
Here comes that 0-1 pitch. That one high, gets off the glove of Brady Weaver, and the long backstop here. One run is going to score, and the other two runners will advance. So coming in from third is Croyle, and he will score the first run of the game for Winchester. They're on the board. It's 5-1 Berkeley. And a very long backstop here. That ball just nicking off the glove of Brady Weaver, who had stood completely straight up. Just couldn't quite get up high enough. Counting 1-1 to Duvall. As King will now work out of the stretch. Here comes that 1-1. This one lifted into right field, moving over on it is Zach Rose. He will fight the sun, haul it in, tagging from third, and coming home is McGinnis. No play will be made. The play will be made to third. Parker Martin has it get by him. It hits Ballinger.
Wow,
and that keeps it from getting back to the warning track right in front of the dugout down the third base line and scoring another run.
They're very, very fortunate there because Cameron King was where he was supposed to be, backing up home plate, and the throw went through to third, and there was nobody there to back it up, and if it doesn't hit Ballinger there, it's another run.
I think you may see the inexperienced right fielder there in Zach Rose, usually a first baseman. I'm not sure that's a throw you need to make at this point in the game, as Micah Sloan steps in and takes ball one. Cam King out of the lineup, a runner on third. Here comes that 1-0. That'll be inside for ball two. 2-0 now the count to Sloan. That in for strike one with fastball.
King looking to limit the damage here, hoping he can get a ground ball, fly ball, or a strikeout out and get out of the inning and let his team hit again.
There's a swing and a miss for strike two. And a good battle back. A batter for Cam King. And just one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Only giving up 2 runs, but could have been much worse. But again, not out of the inning yet. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Sloan from King. High and outside, ball 3, the count's full. McKinley Dean standing on deck, hoping he gets a chance to step in this half inning. Here comes the payoff pitch, a 3-2 lifted into center field. Moving over on it is Kyle Farmer. He will haul it in for out number 3. 3 walks, helping 2 runs come across in the inning. Also a pass ball and a sacrifice fly by Jack Duvall, scoring the 2 runs here in the bottom of the first inning for Winchester. We'll go to the top of the second when we come back. It's Berkeley 5, Winchester 2.
Applications for technicians at their table or station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be a part of the team that makes products used every day like Bounce and Joy dishwashing liquid. New hire employees start at entry level at $17.50 per hour and climb to an average of $48,500 in 5 years. Benefits include health, dental, 401k, paid vacation and holidays, and profit sharing. To learn more, text the letters PG to 800-222-1069. That's 800-222-1069. Text PG or apply at pgcareers.com. Click Plan Technicians, then choose Martinsburg location. Procter & Gamble is an equal opportunity employer.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? Of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Runs, no hits, but 3 walks. A pass ball, scoring Daniel Croyle. Then a sacrifice fly, scoring Logan McGinnis. Also a strikeout in the inning for Cam King.
Yeah, the way that first inning started out there, it seemed like it could be a little bit worse, but they limited the damage. They got a little bit lucky there with the ball bouncing off the runner and not adding a third run, and we'll see if the bats continue to be hot.
Leading it off here in the top of the second will be Austin Bartley, his second at-bat of the day already. Kyle Farmer got 2 at-bats in the top of that first, and on 4 hits and 5 runs scored. I think Farmer's feeling a little snake bitten. He's the only one that couldn't get any action pretty much.
I wonder if he got a little bit of a hard time there in the dugout when he went back in after making that second out in the same inning.
Yeah, 3 outs, and you got 2 of them. Kyle, what's going on, man? He'll get another chance before this game's over and see if he can right the ship a bit. Austin Bartley stepping in, first base runner of the game. He reached on a 4-pitch walk, and now the 5th ball he's seen as the first at-bat was 4 that missed the zone. Now the count 1-0. Here comes that 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss on the pitch. It looked like it fooled Bartley a little bit. I think he was thinking off speed, came with a fastball, did Jude. Now the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes that 1-1. That one bounces in. Good backhanded stop by catcher Andrew Plunkett. Ball 2. 2-1 misses low and away. So once again, Austin Bartley in a hitter's count. See what he does here on the 3-1. See if he has that 3-1 green light. Jude delivers that 3-1. Low and inside, ball 4. So for the second time today, and the second time in as many innings, Austin Bartley going to be on with a walk.
Yeah, showing good patience there. You know, that's something that that I personally like.
Saying that 'cause he's a Bulldog.
I am.
No home cooking there at all, right?
I do like the patience there out of Bartley.
Now you're still doing a little scouting for some of these guys.
I just enjoy watching them.
Brady Weaver will step in. First pitch, ECC rips into the gap in left center field. That's going to get down for at least a double. Moving quickly from second to third is Austin Bartley, and he will have to stay at third as he holds up in to second base with a stand-up double as Brady Weaver. 2 runners in scoring position, no outs here in the top of inning number 2, and a phenomenal hit by Brady Weaver. He raked that one into left center.
That was a nice job by McGinnis in center field, getting over and cutting that ball off. I thought off the bat Bartley might score from first, but he did a nice job of getting over and getting it in.
That one held up in the air a little bit longer than I think Weaver would like, and I think that's going to spell the end of the day for Ammon Jude, as he will exit the game and have somebody coming in out of the bullpen. Looking for a number here. No numbers on the front of these jerseys, so look like it's going to be Luke Churchill coming into pitch now for Winchester. While he gets in his warm-up pitches, we'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back. We're in the top of the second. It's Berkeley 5, Winchester 2. Luke Churchill. .69 ERA. Those stats courtesy of the Game Changer. So anybody out there with if these aren't official stats, that's where we got them. Don't shoot the messengers. Just trying to be as prepared as we can possibly be to come out here for both of these teams. For Jude, it'll be a 1-inning plus on the mound. 2 runners on. That would be his responsibility if they did come across. Gave up 5 hits, walked 4, and struck out 1. That was just a straight swap on the mound. So you will see Churchill hit in that number 3 spot as well. when it comes back around in the second or third.
I'm sure definitely not the start Winchester post 21 was looking for there. So we'll see what Luke Churchill can come in and give them.
First batter Churchill will face is Hunter Coe.
Now it's bat number 12, Hunter.
2 runners in scoring position again. The courtesy runner at second for Brady Weaver will be Dylan McCartney. McCartney came around to score in that first inning. First pitch to Hunter Coe, fouled off, smacking the brick backstop. That goes from dugout to dugout.
Coe seemed to be right on that one.
I just didn't quite bring that bat level enough through the zone. Good first pitch for Churchill, however. It'll be strike one, getting ahead. Something that Jude struggled with. Here comes that 0-1, a breaking ball in the dirt. It bounces over top of the catcher. Plunkett coming in to score from third with ease is Bartley. Taking a wide turn around third is Dylan McCarty, but he will retreat to the bag. 6-2, now the Berkeley lead.
There's that 2 bases that we thought maybe they could get if they got the right jump, and McCartney was definitely looking to score there too.
I think you're more likely to see somebody be able to move from first to third. I think second to home is
a lot closer throw, yeah. I'm hoping we see it tonight, personally.
The count now 1-1 to Hunter Coe. Here comes that 1-1 pitch, a ball that stayed up and in. Ball 2, Coe backing out of the way. Good job by Plunkett as he popped up quick. Ball popped out of the glove, but he was able to snag it out of the air. Second runner today we've seen score on a pass ball. It was Daniel Croyle in the bottom of the first. First one so far for Berkeley. That 2-1 pitch high for ball 3. And both of these teams being very, very cautious. We talked about it in the pregame rather. That some big area games coming up this week. So not wanting to use their number ones or necessarily use the guys they'll use later this week. Good off-speed pitch to Hunter Coe on the 3-1, a swing and a miss, strike 2. Coe so far in this one, an RBI single. Drove one through the gap between second and first as you now see Micah Sloan playing more in the grass than he did that first at-bat. That 3-2 pitch, a breaking ball that stays up, ball 4. Good at-bat for Hunter Coe. 6-pitch at-bat. Took a couple of hacks, but also didn't chase anything out of the zone. Runners at the corners. See Plunkett come out and give the first and third defense while Corey Daly now steps in. Daly reached on a walk, one of the 4 in that first inning. Here comes the first pitch. A swing and a miss as Daly pulled his head off on that one.
Yeah, he was thinking big fly there, I think.
Trying to score his teammate, or former teammate now at Jefferson High School, Dylan McCartney. Still current teammates here for Berkeley, but former high school teammates. Corey Daly rips one to third base, gets off the glove of Duvall and into left field. McCartney going to come around to score, easily moving up to third will be Hunter Coe. Coe was off on the pitch. Looked like he was going to be at second regardless after the good jump he had. Possibly distracting Duvall just a bit as it was a ball just to the left of Jack Duvall, but he couldn't come up with it again. Gets into left field and score now 7-2. Berkeley ahead of Winchester.
Yeah, that ball was hit pretty hard, but if you're Winchester there, you're hoping that's a ball that he'd come up with.
At least knock down and keep in front of him. That'll bring up Zach Rose. The lefty smacked one down the third base / left field line, scoring a couple in that first inning. This one he will hit off the end of the bat, it sounded like, and it'll get into center field and score another run. His third RBI of the day. It'll drive in Hunter Coe from third base, and Berkeley takes an 8-2 lead.
Yeah, even off the end of the bat there, I thought he hit that pretty good. Churchill had to get out of the way.
Yeah, if he times that up right, that ball's going a long, long way. Corey Daly advancing to second on that ball back up the middle. Had to kind of play that interesting as that ball was slowly getting past the bag at second base. We'll bring up Jameson Matthew, who takes ball 1 low and away.
Matthew had an RBI single his first at bat.
3 across here in the top of inning number 2 so far. Is that one high and inside to Matthew. He steps out again. The ball popping out of the glove of catcher Andrew Plunkett, but he's able to keep it in front of him. Now 2-0 to the first baseman, Matthew. He stands in and takes ball 3. I'm not really sure where that one missed.
I'm with you there. I'm not quite sure about that one. I know if I'm Churchill, I'm probably wondering where's that pitch.
Yeah, wondering what else he can do to get a strike call. Because I'm not even sure where to guess that one missed. Here comes that 3-0, and a very similar location. That one in for strike 1. Runner at first and second here in the inning. Top of the second, 8-2. Berkeley ahead of Winchester. Here comes that 3-1 low and away. Ball 4. The base is now loaded. Moving up to second base will be Zach Rose. Third base now stands Corey Daly. Parker Martin will step in and hope to find the outfield grass. We're still looking for our first out of this inning.
Parker Martin singled in the first and was left stranded at second base.
Here comes the first pitch to Martin. That one just above the letters for ball 1.
I think Churchill even gave a little bit of a smile on that one.
Yeah, not sure. And again, we're trying not to be too hard on the home plate umpire, but not really sure where these are missing as Parker Martin drives one back up the middle, hauled in by what looked like it went off the glove of Micah Sloan, skipped off his palm, and no play. Is safe at first as Parker Martin. Scoring from third will be Corey Daly, and it's now 9-2. The Berkeley lead over Winchester, and a tough play to make is both Crow from short and Sloan from second coming over, and I think kind of getting in each other's way, it looked like.
Yeah, I think that if one of them would have just taken charge there, they at least could have got the out at second base. I don't think there was a play at first base with Parker Martin runs pretty well, but that's definitely one that you got to have.
I think that's one you can probably get Jameson Matthew at second base. Now it'll be Parker Martin reaching on what's going to go down as an E4 in our book. Justin Murphy fouls off the first pitch he sees. Now fouls off that 0-1. Make it 0-2. Is that one going to get up the hill onto the soccer field? Murphy grounded out to Sloan at second base, his first at-bat. Now steps in, hoping to change his fate and try to drive in a couple of runs. Here comes that 0-2, low and inside. Good block by Plunkett, but it does get away from him momentarily. With Zach Rose at third base. I don't think any threat of trying to make that a bang-bang play at the plate. The runners will stay put.
That was a nice job, Plunkett there, saving Winchester post another run.
1-2 the count to Justin Murphy. The righty steps in the number 9 spot in the order. Here comes that 1-2. This one shot right back up the middle. Again, it'll be Sloan up with it. He'll touch second himself, fire over to first, and that's going to be a double play. 4 unassisted, and then 4-3 on the double play. Zach Rose will score from third, but 2 quick outs on one play for Winchester.
A very similar ball that you saw Parker Martin hit. That one just a little bit slower, and they were able to get over there and make a nice play and get 2 there.
Back to the top of the order with 2 outs, and Kyle Farmer's going, oh no, not again. Don't get me up with 2 outs again. He struck out with 2 outs in that first. Stepping off the back of the rubber will be Luke Churchill. He asked for the signs again. Churchill's now ready. Here's the first pitch to Farmer. The hat falls off, and maybe that's the secret to find the strike zone. That's in for strike 1.
It seems like that hat's been falling off a little every pitch. He's had to adjust it. That time it came all the way off.
That 0-1 into Kyle Farmer. That one misses just below the knees. And when we say just in this broadcast, we must be meaning by centimeters. Again, this strike zone seems to be getting tighter and tighter. That 1-1 pitch breaking ball bounced in. Ball 2.
If Kyle Farmer's able to get on here, this will be the second time in 2 innings that post 14's hit around.
Farmer responsible for 2 of the 3 outs in the first inning. Again, he's hoping that he can change his fate. He rips one now to the shortstop. Quirrell up with it. He will fire over to first, and Farmer will beat the throw out. Quirrell waited on that one just a little too much.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't quite get it clean off the glove, and the way Kyle Farmer runs, if you don't charge that baseball and get it clean, you'll never get him. He runs very, very well.
That'll score Jamison Matthew from third base. And that's now another 5. Make that 6 across in the inning for Berkeley. They take the 11-2 lead. Check throw back over to first base. Farmer in safely. Like you mentioned, batted around in the first inning. They'll do it again this inning as Bartley will take ball 1. Bartley got the inning started with a walk, also walked back in the first. So far he is 0 for 0 on the day. Here comes that 1-0 off to second base is Kyle Farmer as he is in standing up.
It didn't even look like Kyle got a great jump on that pitch, and he's still able to go in standing up.
Closer play than I think he was expecting.
Yeah, I'm sure manager Tobin was hoping he would get down there, but
yeah, Micah Sloan coming in front of the bag a little bit. Not sure if that one was underthrown, kind of hard to see from our vantage point, but Sloan playing looked like a step or 2 inside the bag. Now that 2-0, a swing and a miss by Bartley. Now the count 2-1. 2 down here in the top of inning number 2. In a game where on both sides pitchers have struggled to find the strike zone. Wherever that strike zone may be.
In their defense, it's been a tough strike zone to find, in my opinion.
Here comes that 2-1 from Bartley, and again, not sure where that one missed. It'll be 3-1. I'm guessing it's a little up and away, but
yeah, I mean, it's tough to see from here, obviously, but I don't know. He's got a better view than we do. At least that's what the umpires.
Questionable.
At least that's what the umpires tell me at the high school level.
Snap throw back down to second base, and they're going to get Kyle Farmer at second. Farmer had got a pretty good jump on the steal of first base and a relatively routine lead at second base. Didn't look like he was too far off. I don't know if he was leaning one way or another, but a good pickoff from Luke Churchill, snapping back to second base, and Farmer going to be retired on the base pads for out number 3. 6 runs come across here in the top of inning number 2. We'll go to the bottom of the second. When we come back, it's Berkeley 11, Winchester 2.
Looking for a pre-owned vehicle to help prepare you for the future? All Honda certified pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected by a Honda trained technician and backed by an outstanding Honda limited warranty for up to 7 years or 100,000 miles from the original in-service date. You could say we pre-screen each one, as a precaution. Visit HondaCertified.com and search for local inventory.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
See your Honda dealer for limited warranty details.
Procter & Gamble is accepting applications for technicians at their Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be a part of the team that makes products used every day like Bounce and Joy dishwashing liquid. New hire employees start at entry level at $17.50 per hour and climb to an average of $48,500 in 5 years. Benefits include health, dental, 401k, paid vacation and holidays, and profit sharing. To learn more, text the letters PG to 800-222-1069. That's 800-222-1069. Text PG or apply at pgcareers.com. Click Plant Technicians, then choose Martinsburg location. Procter & Gamble is an equal opportunity employer.
Number 2 for Berkeley. They plate 6 in the inning and now hold a 11-2 lead after 5 in the top of inning number 1. It was a pickoff at second, getting Kyle Farmer, who had reached earlier in the inning with a infield single, stole second base, then was picked off at second. A good pickoff move by Luke Churchill. Leading it off will be McKinley Dean for Winchester.
Dean coming in, hitting 188 with a 409 on-base percentage.
First pitch to Dean, misses for ball 1. Cam King back out there for Berkeley. Here comes that 1-0. That one low inside, ball 2. This Winchester team coming into this game and won 5 of their last 6, including a 5-1 record in the month of July. Here comes that 2-0, a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Dean. So Winchester playing some good baseball, and again, this is more of a get everybody loose kind of game. Got that feeling before the game talking to both coaches. Dean, a swing and a miss. The count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Area play going on later this week. It'll be Berkeley taking on Romney. Here comes that 2-2. That's lifted into shallow center field. Kyle Farmer moving in on Justin Murphy. Moving out on it. It'll be Murphy coming from second base into shallow center field, making the play for out number 1. A good job by Justin Murphy.
Yeah, nice job there. He seemed to track the ball off the bat really well. I thought for a second there that Farmer was going to get there, but Murphy did a nice job.
Well, for a second, the way that one was dropping, that may be in there for a bloop single. Good defense by Murphy, especially where he's playing. Not overly shaded towards the bag. So that was a long run for the second baseman. 1 down. Bring up catcher Andrew Plunkett. Plunkett steps in and lifts one high to the shortstop Corey Daly. Moving over is Parker Martin. I think Daly screamed at Martin to get out of the way as Martin quickly ducked his head and sprinted towards the foul line. Corey Daly will camp under it and haul it in for out number 2. So 6 pitches thrown so far in this inning for Cam King and 2 down.
Just as it should be done there with shortstop priority. Nice job there by those 2 guys.
Bring up Calvin Bowser, number 9 batter in the order. First pitch to Bowser, high and a little bit outside, ball 1. It's just like Cam King starting to settle into a rhythm a bit. As I say that, he's now missed back-to-back pitches, both in very similar locations, about neck high on the outside part of the plate. With that 2-0, here's the 2-0 from King, and that is a called strike 1 on the outside corner, about belt high. Infield playing normal depth. Here comes that 2-1 pitch, check swing at the plate, and a good hold by Bowser as he takes ball 3. That one missing off the plate. Bowser, a .217 hitter with a .357 on base percentage, and that'll raise as he draws the walk on the 3-1 pitch and a 2-out base runner for Winchester.
2 quick outs and then a walk to the number 9 hitter. That's not what Cameron King was looking there for, I'm sure.
Not what the coach drew up in the dugout between innings. Back to the top of the order, it's Daniel Croyle. He will step in. He reached on a walk, one of the 3 walks in the bottom of the first for Winchester. Snap throw back over to first, back in safe on the head. First dive is Bowser. Not sure that was Cam King's A move.
No, I don't think it was. We saw him in the regular season. I think he has a little bit better A move than that.
Royal now steps back in. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Chase that one a little bit off the plate. Kind of fanned at it, if you will.
He helped him a little bit there.
0-1 the count to the leadoff batter. Coral, a breaking ball that stays up, ball 1. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the inning. Bottom of inning number 2. That 2-1 misses low and inside. That 1-1 makes it 2-1 as the 1-1 miss low and inside. Getting his lead off first is Bowser. Not a bad lead for a lefty on the mound. In fact, probably a little generous. Here comes that 2-1 pitch and a called strike 2 on the outside corner.
Yeah, that's tempting fate there with that lead with the left-handed pitcher on.
Did not get to see Cam King this year in our radio broadcast, so taking your word on his A pickoff move. Here comes that 2-2. This one driven a foul down the first base line, getting over the dugout and out of play. That one staying below the hill of the soccer field.
You know, typically, no matter who's on the mound, if it's a left-handed pitcher, you're looking at kind of a one-way back lead unless you're going to go. And we typically just go a lot on first movement with left-handed pitchers.
Here comes that 2-2 pitch to Curl. This one, again, driven over the first base dugout and out of play. We'll do that 2-2 all over again. Good at-bat for the leadoff batter, Croyle. He saw 5 pitches in his first at-bat. That's going on pitch number 6. Kings come set out of the stretch. Jameson Matthew casually coming over to cover first base. And that 2-2 fouled off again. Gets out of play to the right of us over top of the stands down the first baseline. It's turning into a very good pitcher-hitter battle here in the bottom of inning number 2. Time at the plate, going to be called at the plate, I believe, by Croyle. He will step out and take a practice cut.
Got to make sure you're set, man. Got to be ready to go.
In this situation, you've battled this much. You don't want to let the pitcher win, as now we'll get a time called by manager Trip Tobin, and I believe we're going to saw a couple guys coming down out of the bullpen, and the way that Dylan McCartney is running, I think Dylan McCartney is going to come into the ball game.
It's an interesting move there with 2 outs.
Yeah, in the middle of a at-bat like that, but that's why we're up, although that is your thing to do, so that's why I'm up here to
I don't
speculate.
Know. Hey, mate, you never know. With like we talked about with games coming up, maybe he's on a pitch count. Maybe hit that pitch count. Coach Tobin knows better than we do, I guess, in this situation.
So Cam King going to come out of the game in the middle of a at-bat. It was a 2-2 count, 2 outs to Daniel Croyle. It brings in Dylan McCartney. While McCartney gets in his warm-up pitches with Brady Weaver, we'll take a 1-minute break and come back and have the rest of the bottom of the second. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. And McCartney's probably done this a time or two playing down at Jefferson. John Lowry Sr. is the king of pulling guys early in a game in the middle of an at-bat. I've seen a handful already in the 2 years that I've done games at the high school level around here. It's not shocking to me anymore to see John Lowry go out in the first inning after he's seen a batter or a pitcher throw to one batter and yank him in the middle of an at-bat just because he's got a hunch. And when you've got 1,400 wins, you kind of just sit back and go, I guess he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you just if he has a hunch, you just go with it because he's won a lot more ball games than you or I.
Than you and I will ever dream of playing in, seeing, being involved in.
That may want to be involved in.
Yeah, 2-2 the count to Daniel Croyle. The first pitch by McCartney. That one saws off Croyle over to the shortstop Corey Daly, who will touch the bag himself at second base, giving Calvin Bowser a 4-out number 3 in the inning. Nothing across for Winchester here in the bottom of the second. We'll go to the top of the third when we come back. It's Berkeley 11, Winchester 2. Oh, that was fun.
Just like they drew it up.
Yep.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, private wealth advisor with the Mirius Group. a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
In the market for a flooring upgrade? Tripp's Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring does it all, from hardwood floor restoration to new floor installation, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Family owned and operated with over 25 years experience, you can expect excellent customer service. Estimates are free. Call 304-229-7009 or online at trippsfloorsanding.com.
Second, Kyle Farmer picked off for the third out of the inning. So luckily for Bartley, he'll get a whole new at-bat to kind of freshen his swing up a bit.
Just got text clarification from Jeff King, Cameron King's dad, that asked if he was at 45 pitches, and that is most definitely the reason why they took him out. They need to make sure they have him for Wednesday.
Hey, go to the top. When you need to find answers, no better person to ask than the coach or the dad. Rounding out the numbers for Cam King, he went 1 2/3, giving up no hits, 2 runs. Those courtesy of 4 walks, 3 of those in that first inning. He also struck out a batter. 5 runs in the top of the first for Berkeley, 2 for Winchester in the bottom of the first. Berkeley came back with 6 in the top of the second, and nothing for Winchester in the bottom of the second. That's how we get to the 11-2 game we have here in the top of inning number 3 from Jameswood High School. The sun has set low enough now that the field is completely shaded. I think that was going to happen at some point. We'll see how dark it gets. A relatively slow-moving game with pitchers trying to find the strike zone, and again, can't blame them. Hard to find the strike zone. First batter is Austin Bartley. He drives one to the right side. First baseman Dean up with it. Stumbles with it as it pops off the palm of the glove, and reaching first safely will be Austin Bartley. He'll reach on the E3.
Yeah, Churchill didn't get over there very quickly either. Didn't help his guy out.
Yeah, Dean moved over, and I think he looked up to see if Churchill was going over to cover the bag, saw his head pop up, and that ball just skipping off the palm. And a leadoff batter on for the second straight inning. And it'll be Bartley on to lead it off for the second straight inning. Check throw back over to first. Bartley in with plenty of time to spare.
3 innings, and he's been on base all 3 innings. That's not a bad day so far.
But now drops his average to 0 for 1.
It's 2. The on-base percentage is still good, though, right?
Ground ball to the second baseman, slowing up with it, fires to second to get Bartley in the fielder's choice, but a good job by Brady Weaver beating that throw out. It's just going to get 1. It'll go down as a fielder's choice, 4-6. And again, a good job by Brady Weaver hustling down the line and beating that throw out, avoiding the double play.
Hunter Coe comes up with his previous 2 at-bats with an RBI single, and he reached on a base on balls in the second.
Just 2 pitches thrown so far in this inning for Churchill. I think Berkeley came out ready to swing. Took a lot of pitches over the first couple of innings. We'll see what Hunter Coe does as he takes ball 1 low and inside. Good slide over and good block by Andrew Plunkett. As you said, Coe so far in this one, 1 for 1 with a walk, has also scored twice. Check throw back over to first. As looks like Brady Weaver, with McCartney now on the mound, Brady Weaver will be running for himself. Something he doesn't get to do often. Matt and I had him on Miller time at the end of the season. Actually, it was more towards the middle of this Legion season. Hunter Coe lifts one into right field, gets over the head of Chandler. Ballinger in right field, moving from first to third. Brady Weaver's going to come around third. He's going to try to score a relay in the outfield. There'll be a throw to third, not to home. Brady Weaver going to score with ease, and in with an RBI triple is Hunter Coe. A great piece of hitting. Coe lifted that the other way, one bouncing the fence. Ballinger playing in. That one bounced over his head. And it'll be 12-2 as Berkeley takes a 10-run lead.
Brady Weaver got around the bases pretty well there for not getting a chance to run most of the regular season.
Great piece of hitting for Hunter Coe. And he did a pretty good job of getting around the bases as well.
That's a combination that Hedgesville has probably seen quite a few times.
Corey Daly's first pitch he sees, a swing and a miss, strike one. And Matt and I talking to Brady in studios. He and Tripp came in for Miller time during the Legion season, and he said he likes running the bases, but just didn't really get. And that's probably why he likes doing it, just because he didn't get a chance to a whole lot being a catcher.
Yeah, he looks pretty good there too.
0-1 to Daly. He'll foul that one off down the first baseline. Now behind on the count 0-2. What we have as the about 8th hit of the game for Berkeley. Here comes that 0-2 pitch to Corey Daly. A check swing. He's able to hold up as that one misses low in the dirt. Ball one. You know, if you're Winchester, just trying to find some sort of rhythm you can get into on the mound, because between Jude and Churchill, neither have looked overly confident or overly in a rhythm at all.
Yeah, not much has went right. They had quite a few base on balls here so far. Pair that with a couple hits and then a couple errors, and you got our 12-2 score.
That 1-2 low in the dirt. Cano even 2 balls, 2 strikes to Corey Daly. Churchill looks in, gets his sign, ready to deliver that break-even pitch. Here's the 2-2 to Daly, and he will swing and a miss for strike 3, 2 down here in the top of inning number 3. Good off-speed pitch by Churchill on the mound. Daly looked like he was just a bit out in front. The second strikeout of the day for Berkeley. The first strikeout thrown by Luke Churchill. It'll bring up Zach Rose.
Rose is a 2 for 2 on the day with a 2 RBI double in the first.
The lefty steps in and towers one into right field. The Ballinger going over. He will camp under it, let that one fall and haul it in. A 4-out number 3. 1 run does come across on the RBI triple by Hunter Coe. It scored Brady Weaver. It's now a 10-run ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the third when we come back. It's Berkeley 12, Winchester 2.
He missed that pretty good and still almost hit to the warning track.
Yeah.
Celebrate July 4th all month long at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. With one of the largest inventories in the state, you'll get great deals with over 250 vehicles to choose from. Keep an eye on your mailbox for special offers like the Key for Key Exchange and first month payment assistance up to $500. Miller's may be able to match or lower your current or previous payment, and check out 0% APR for up to 72 months on selected models. Come and see for yourself why Miller's outsells the competition 2-1. Celebrate July 4th all month long at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Deep right field, one bouncing the wall, an RBI triple, scoring Brady Weaver. Weaver running for himself after warranting a courtesy runner, which was Dylan McCartney. McCartney no longer available for that role as he is now on the mound. McCartney relieving Cam King in what we thought was a awkward way until we started looking at the number of pitches thrown. Cam King taken out for pitch count reasons. And we say an awkward situation. It was a 2-2 count. The 7th pitch of the at-bat was coming with 2 outs in the inning. As a leadoff batter will be Logan McGinnis. He'll lift one into right field, move back onto this Zach Rose, and he'll get over Rose's head. McGinnis with the wheels. He's going to second. It looks like he may try for third. No, he'll throw the brakes on and stay at second, but a phenomenal hit by Logan McGinnis, the number 2 batter in the order. He's on with a leadoff double.
Originally, I thought Zach Rose was going to be able to get to that ball. It seemed just like it kept carrying and carrying and carrying and got over his head.
And again, Zach Rose, a first baseman. In fact, that was one thing you mentioned when we were writing the lineup, she went, Rose, right field?
Yeah, we didn't see that at all for the Jefferson Cougars this year.
Yeah, he was a first baseman through and through. When you have he and Jameson Matthew in the lineup, it's hard to pick who you want at first.
Yeah, and you got to find a way to both get both their bats in the lineup.
That'll bring up Luke Churchill, who takes strike one.
Churchill struck out looking in his first at bat.
It was actually Jude.
Oh.
Have the swap of batters due to the change at pitcher. No DH in the lineup for Winchester, so it'll be Churchill's first at-bat of the day. Here comes that 0-1. Fouls that one off. Getting over the fence and over top of the bleachers down the first base line. Now 0-2, the count to Churchill.
Matt Miller wouldn't have made that mistake.
Oh, he's made those in his time. Don't you worry. 0-2 the count to Churchill. Here the pitch comes from Dylan McCartney. A fastball, swing and a miss, and Churchill goes down on strikes.
Nice job by McCartney there. He just attacked, and finished him off there with the fastball.
Yeah, 3-pitch strikeout. And looked like McCartney found a little extra on that 0-2 pitch.
I wouldn't be surprised, too, if McCartney's not on a pitch count with where we're at in this game and in the game coming up this week.
Chandler Ballinger steps in, the lefty. It takes ball one, low and a bit inside. Ballinger walked and was stranded at third base back in the first inning. Walked on 4 pitches, so he has yet to see a strike. Here comes that 1-0. It's a very similar location, but that one breaks a little more over the heart of the plate. A little bit of late movement on that pitch as well. In for strike one. Good pitch by Dylan McCartney. Good location if it can be consistent.
We'll give him the umpire the benefit of the doubt there and say it broke after across the plate.
Ready with the 1-1. Here's McCartney. This one chopped to the second baseman. Justin Murphy up with it. Light toss over to first. Matthew hauls it in for out number 2, and Chandler Ballinger will be retired for the second out of the inning. That one going 4-3. To bring up Jack Duvall. Duvall a sacrifice fly and RBI back in that first inning. Flied out to Zach Rose in right field. See if he can drive another one in. You know, he's thinking about it, wants to help crawl back in this one. Slow roller. Good job by Justin Murphy rolling in on at second base. A throw on the run to Jameson Matthew. And Justin Murphy showing the versatility as he will throw to Matthew for out number 3, and Duvall retired on just 1 pitch. So a leadoff double by Logan McGinnis. But Winchester can't get their leadoff man home as a strikeout by Churchill, and then back-to-back ground balls to Justin Murphy at second base, and we'll go to the top of the 4th when we come back. The score remains 12-2, Berkeley ahead of Jefferson, or of Winchester, make that. Too much Jefferson. I was going to say we mentioned Jefferson almost every single time.
Rumors are flying. There's this big merger everyone is talking about. 2 real forces in the world joining forces. This is big stuff, but it's all rumor. Is this merger really going to happen? If so, when? Where? Who else is involved? Mergers of this stature affect a lot of people. At Bechtel Jewelers, we say, sir, it's time to confirm the rumors. This is Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. It's true. People are talking about you and that woman you're so crazy about. It's so obvious to everybody that you're meant for each other. And yes, talk about 2 forces in the world. You, her, watch out, world. So get in here. Let's find the diamond and the setting. Just perfect for her. Just what she's dreamed of. Then get back to her pronto. Down on one knee, open that little box, say those few words. She'll probably say more than a few back. Of course, when she sees her diamond, she might not be able to say anything at all, except the one word that confirms that beautiful merger. And then spread the news. Confirm the rumors. This merger is happening. Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South in Inwood.
Find them online at BechtelJewelers.com.
We are in the top of inning number 4 in a game that is scheduled to go 7. But the mercy rule, the same as in high school, where if it's 10 after 5, this game would end early. Right now, Berkeley with that 10-run lead at 12-2. In a game that has taken about an hour and a half to get through 3 innings.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action. Been a lot of action so far.
Been a lot of action, but also a lot of pitchers struggling to find the strike zone on both sides. Cam King, 3 walks in that first inning, and looking at the pair of pitchers for Winchester. Just both sides struggling to find the strike zone, and in part two, just a little sporadic pitching, but also, I think in part to a very hitter-friendly strike zone.
Yeah, in their defense, it's definitely been hitter-friendly here tonight, and I think you can see that by the 12 runs, the 12 runs that Post 14 put up.
Jameson Matthew steps in. He is 1 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Also a walk has come around to score. That was back in inning number 2 after that walk. Here comes that first pitch from Churchill. That one low and away, ball 1. Looking at these two teams who met earlier in the year, it was a lopsided affair in that, and we'll get to that after this pitch as Jameson Matthews steps out a bit and takes strike 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was taken all the way there or if the pitch fooled him.
And we have a pitching change. Again, with no numbers on the front of the jersey, hard to see. So looks like
maybe?
McKinley Dean is on the mound. Churchill moving over to first base. Big thanks to the staff up here for helping us out with that one. A swing and a miss. Cat now even 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jameson Matthew. So McKinley Dean now on the mound. Luke Churchill at first base. Here comes that 2-2 pitch to Jameson Matthew. That one bounces in, gets off the glove of the catcher, and back to the backstop.
I think we also have another change with
looks like it's
Monroe.
Yeah, Colby Monroe behind the plate, so some defensive substitutions, as well as on the mound for Winchester. That 3-2 pitch high and inside, ball 4, and for the second time today, Jameson Matthew can reach first base with a base on balls.
I've been pretty impressed today with the patience that Post 14 has shown at the plate all the way around the lineup, and that's to be expected. You got a lot of these guys were some of the top hitters in the county all year, and good hitters usually display great patience, and we're definitely seeing that here today.
Now stepping in will be Parker Martin, as a almost full moon rises right over left center field. Martin hoping to get on base. A single back in the first. First pitch high and inside as he bails out of the way. Ball 1. Justin Murphy stands in that on-deck circle. Check throw back over the first. Diving back in safely with the head first dive is Jameson Matthew. Really, I think underestimated how far away he was from first base as that dive back. His stomach landed about on the bag. That 1-0 to Parker Martin. That one a bit above the zone, ball 2.
McKinley Dean comes into this game with 7 innings pitched and 2 appearances and a 2.0 ERA.
Here comes that 2-0. That one again, similar location. Just above the letters. 3-0.
That one looked pretty good.
Jameson Matthew gets his lead off first base. Here comes that 3-0 pitch to Parker Martin. That one again just a bit high. Ball 4. And my broadcast partner is not necessarily agreeing with the strike zone that he's seeing today.
I got nothing on that one.
And not only are you a coach, but you're also an umpire in the offseason.
Right.
So this is hitting nerves in multiple different levels.
I'm trying to be pretty neutral here today. I really am, but sure.
Justin Murphy steps in, a swing, and he fouls one off at the plate for strike 1. The first pitch he sees, he's got 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position.
It's probably a good thing that this isn't my coaching view for the regular season games in the high schools, because I probably wouldn't have made it through a lot of them.
You think you'd have had a conversation with the umpire by now?
I try not to argue balls and strikes, but yeah, from this view, it's a lot easier to argue them, I think.
Here comes that Owen as Murphy grounds one to the shortstop. Coyle up with it, flips a second. A Sloan over to first, and the double play thrown. Great stretch over at first base by Luke Churchill. And 2 down now here in the top of inning number 4. Great double play turned by the infield. It went 6-4-3.
Yeah, nice play all the way around there.
Thought Coyle may have waited on that one a little too much to get 2. But a good job by Micah Sloan turning that one quickly when he got the baseball at second.
Yeah, nice real quick turn. A good stretch by Churchill, and they got the double play.
Back to the top of the order, brings up Kyle Farmer, who takes strike 1. And Farmer, out of all the bright spots we've seen in this lineup, it has been a tough day that Kyle Farmer's going to want to forget so far. 2 outs in that first inning, 2 of the 3 outs after the Berkeley batted around. Then he reached on an infield single. Great effort play moving up the first base line to reach in the second, but then picked off at second base. Here comes that 1-1 pitch. It is fouled off down the third base line, getting past Trip Tobin. Needs to move his feet a little more down there.
I try to stay out of balls like that. I don't want to get myself hurt.
Why aren't you going to get hurt trying to? I get if it's a sharply hit ball, but
I'm getting
take
old.
one step over.
I'm getting old, man. I don't want to pull something.
1-2 pitch to Kyle Farmer. That one just a bit low. Ball 2. Looked like McKinley Dean put a little bit extra on that fastball. I had a little bit of zip on it.
He reached back a little bit there.
Here comes that 2-2 pitch. It fouled off on a pitch that jammed Kyle Farmer. I think just lucky to get a piece of it. Fouled one off right in front of our broadcast location.
Yeah, that pitch was in on his hands there. He's fortunate.
Count will remain 2-2. Austin Bartley going over to get that foul ball out of the on-deck circle. And again, with how deep this backstop is, that's not a quick little jog.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a run.
Here comes a 2-2 breaking ball that stays up and in. Ball 3. Parker Martin standing. Make that Jameson Matthew standing at third base. As the ball lifted foul and out of play down the left field line. And we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Good at-bat by Kyle Farmer.
Yeah, he seems to be seeing the ball a little bit better than he was early on in the game.
Jameson Matthew hoping to be the 13th run of this ball game for Berkeley.
An insurance run, so to say, with that 10-run rule.
As that 3-2 again fouled off, as Kyle Farmer had to reach for that one. That one well out of the zone, especially with the strike zone we've seen today. Well out of the zone. Farmer chased, but it's a good attitude you like to see at the plate. Anything that you think could be close, just try to get a piece of, foul it off.
Yeah, especially with 2 strikes there. You can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Farmer goes down on strikes for the second time in this ball game. And for the first time in the game so far, Berkeley will not play to run as they go scoreless here in the top of inning number 4. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back. Berkeley still leads Winchester 12-2. Berkeley scoreless in the top of inning number 4. Score remains 12-2. Leading it off for Winchester will be Micah Sloan. Sloan part of a very good double play turn in the top of the 4th that really stalled the momentum that I think Berkeley was gaining in the top of the inning.
Yeah, they looked like they were primed to have another big inning there to stay on par for what we've seen most of the game, and they turned a nice double play up the middle there that really crushed their momentum.
Third down from Brady Weaver. Airmails Justin Murphy a little bit, gets into center field. Ball comes back in. Micah Sloan will take a practice hack or two, wait for the infield to get into their defensive positions, and will now step into that right-handed batter's box. So far in the game, Sloan has flied out to center field. So he is 0 for 1. Dylan McCartney out of the windup. He stands more to that left side of the pitching rubber. Here comes that first pitch, a strike on the fastball right down the middle. A little bit of a delayed reaction by our home plate umpire.
Didn't know if we were going to get it or not.
It is a question every time we see it now. Here comes that 0-1, and that one way out in front of it was Sloan. Just lucky to get a piece of it as he fouls one back to the screen. Now behind on the count 0-2.
Nice start from McCartney. 2 quick strikes.
Lights on and beginning to take effect here. Not going to take full effect for another half inning or so. That 0-2 jams Sloan, but is just able to get a piece of it. A good pitch by McCartney to throw well inside, but making some late movement. And we'll do that 0-2 all over again. Good at bat by Sloan so far, just staying alive on a couple. Out of the windup, ready with that 0-2. Here's McCartney. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Great location by Dylan McCartney, and I think Sloan is thinking, I've taken that pitch all day, and I've seen that pitch taken all day, and it's been a ball, but most of the time that is a beautiful location, and it should have been strike 3.
I'm glad it was strike 3. I'm glad it was strike 3 there.
You're just going to leave it at that?
Yep.
One down here in the bottom of inning number 4. Again, a game scheduled to go 7, but a 10-run lead right now would not surprise me. This is a Mercy Rule shortened 5-inning game. McKinley Dean takes strike 1. That 0-1 again, McCartney going with the fastball.
Yeah.
He was in that closer role, if you will, for Jefferson this year. So a big fastball pitcher, but there he goes with the off speed and gets Dean out in front. Now ahead in the count 1-2.
I'm venturing to say John Lowry has told him multiple times, son, with a lead, throw strikes.
Yep. That 1-2 pitch fouled off at the plate by Dean, but able to hold on to it is Brady Weaver, and 2 down now here in the inning as Dean goes down on strikes, and 2 strikeouts in the inning for Dylan McCartney. We will have a pinch hitter at the plate. Looks like it's going to be Tanner George. Pinch hitting for Andrew Plunkett. It was defensively the last half inning. It was Colby Monroe that was playing catcher. So Monroe will not get an at-bat. Instead, it'll be Tanner George. As George fouls one on the 1-0. A foul out of play over the first base dugout. The count no even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two strikeouts in the inning. 3 on the day for Dylan McCartney.
George in 52 plate appearances is hitting .308 with a .446 on-base percentage.
Breaking ball, just able to get a piece of it is George. Fouls that one off to the screen. And McCartney 1 strike away from possibly striking out the side here in the bottom of inning number 4. McCartney out of the windup. Here comes that 1-2 pitch, and again fouled off at the plate. Good job by Tanner George staying alive.
Great job by McCartney, just coming in, filling up the zone, doing exactly like what manager Tripp Tobin wants him to do right now.
Changing up the pitches very well too.
He seems to be very comfortable out there too. If you just look at his mannerisms on the mound, he's definitely a guy that's comfortable.
Here comes the 1-2 again, fouled off out of play. Good at bat by Tanner George. And it's got to help when he looks at the scoreboard and sees a 10-run lead, and he's used to coming in that closer role in a tight ball game. We saw him come in and get the final couple outs for the sectional championship against Hampshire. So he's pitched in some big situations. Here comes that 1-2. This one, I saw it off at the handle, and they're going to say foul ball at the plate as it hit the batter twice.
The umpire, I thought the home plate umpire pointed fair, and the base umpire didn't say anything, but it looks like they're just going to go with it.
So another foul ball. That'll be pitch number 7 upcoming for Tanner George, and he has got quite an at-bat here as a pinch hitter. McCartney again out of the windup. Here he comes ready to deliver that one to a breaking ball. Stays inside, ball 2. That one broke just a bit too late as George had backed out of the zone where it finished. Looked like it was going to be strike 3, but not where it crossed the plate. A breaking ball low and away this time. Now the count's run full, 3-2. Real duel we have going here with 2 outs in the bottom of inning number 4 with Tanner George and Dylan McCartney.
Yeah, George's doing a nice job here. He's down 0-2. He's battling back, has the count full.
9th pitch of the at-bat. Here's a 3-2. Fouled off again. 4th foul ball this at-bat. And now we're going to go to double digits with pitches thrown in this at-bat. It was a efficient inning. Prior to this, just 8 pitches to get the first 2 outs. 2 4-pitch strikeouts. Here comes that 3-2. Low and away, ball 4. And what an at-bat by Tanner George.
Yes, it was. In a game where Berkeley Post is definitely counting pitches to keep everybody eligible, that's not one that you want to have happen. Nice job by Tanner George there.
And it went from 8 pitches to get 2 outs to 18 pitches and didn't get the 3rd out. Brings up Calvin Bowser. He fouls one off down the 3rd base line. Going to ricochet off that backstop. Strike 1 to the batter.
Bowser walked in his plate appearance in the 2nd.
Here comes that 0-1. That is a ball on just off the plate.
McCartney looks a little bit frustrated with that.
It was a called strike 2 in the seat next to me. But in the count that matters, it's 1-1 now on the field. Here comes that 1-1 from McCartney. This one fouled off and out of play behind home plate. So Bowser down to his final strike. Standing at first base now, getting his lead is Tanner George. Nobody holding him on. Jameson Matthew playing behind. And it's going to plunk Bowser on a breaking ball that stayed outside, never broke. A breaking ball that didn't break, and Bowser going to sprint down to first base, maybe just trying to avoid feeling the burn of that one.
Yeah, just trying to run that one off as quickly as possible.
So now 2 runners on with 2 outs, and hoping for a little bit of 2-out magic here if you're Winchester. Back to the top of the order, it's Daniel Croyle. Hoping to find the outfield somewhere.
Croyle is 0 for 1. He's walked in the 1st inning and scored.
McCartney will be out at the stretch, now towards the center of that pitching rubber. First pitch just a bit below the knees. Ball 1. Both runners get their relatively average leads from their respective bases. Is that 1-0? Misses well outside, no question about that one. Ball 2.
That one was definitely outside. We'll go with that one.
McCartney looks like he's trying to kick some dirt back to fill in the hole he's dug on the front of that mound with the front foot.
That at bat by Tanner George just kind of taking him out of his rhythm a little bit.
He had him moving relatively quickly. Here comes that 2-0. That one misses outside, 3-0. Now the count to Daniel Croyle. Again, you mentioned Croyle had reached on a walk earlier in the game. Bottom of that 1st inning. Just 1 pitch from doing it again. McCartney looks in, gets the pitch he wants. Weaver sets up a bit inside. Pitch hits Weaver right where he was set up. But that one just a bit low and inside. Ball 4. That's another thing you usually don't see when a catcher sets up in a particular location and the pitcher hits it on a dime.
Yeah, when he doesn't move his glove, you're expecting.
And you saw Brady Weaver keep his glove there for a few extra seconds.
A strike. Sometimes these high school catchers can get a little bit, overemphasize the how they frame the strike.
Yeah.
But he didn't move that one at all.
And if he did, it was small enough that we couldn't see his arm move from where we were.
And again, we're up here above the press box, and we don't have the view that umpire umpire has. It just seems to be like it's a little bit of a tight zone tonight.
Bases now loaded, 2 outs. Again, after back-to-back strikeouts, it was a walk on a 10-pitch at-bat to Tanner George. Calvin Bowser was hit by a pitch, and Daniel Croyle reaches on a walk, brings up Logan McGinnis, who rips one down the first base line, and it goes foul just as it gets into that outfield grass. And that was almost trouble for Berkeley.
That would have been trouble. That would absolutely have been trouble. That would have been at least 2 runs.
And if you're Winchester, you probably got a little wind in your sails seeing that one come off the bat. That's a tough one to exhale and
yeah,
come back and
Winchester
stand in.
needs a run here to make sure that this game continues after 5 innings. They got a great chance to get a couple.
McGinnis a double earlier in this one. He lifts this one into shallow right field. That one's going to drop in. 1 run comes across, rounding second, and coming home is Calvin Bowser. He will score. 2 score on the RBI single. Advancing on the throw to second base will be Logan McGinnis. And he's having himself quite a ball game now, 2 for 2 with a walk, and now 2. Make that Colby Monroe.
That's also another. We talk about Zach Rose being in right field. That's a little bit of an inexperienced throw there. If he keeps that ball down where they can cut it, it'll hold that base runner at first base.
So Colby Monroe going to get credit with a 2 RBI single on that one. Swing and a miss. The first pitch to Luke Churchill. Churchill a strikeout victim back in the third as he takes that 0-1 outside, ball 1. That 1-1 pitch.
It almost got him.
Yeah, just a bit high and inside. Able to bail out of the way is Churchill. Now the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's that 2-1 pitch, a hearty cut, and that one fouled back to the screen. Count now even 2-2.
Yeah, and just when we thought Winchester post 21 was kind of down to their last couple outs, they've made a run at things here. 2 runners in, 2 more in scoring position.
All this coming with 2 outs. Bases were empty with 2 outs. Here comes that 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Luke Churchill will go down on strikes route number 3. A 2-out rally, however, here in the bottom of inning number 4, 2 runs come across before Winchester post 21. We'll go to the top of the 5th. When we come back, it's Berkeley 12, Winchester 4.
Millers may be able to match or lower your current or previous payment. And check out 0% APR for up to 72 months on selected models. Come and see for yourself why Millers outsells the competition 2-1. Celebrate July 4th all month long at Millers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tags, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
12-2 or 12-4 as 2 were plated in the bottom of inning number 4 for Winchester. Now just an 8-run ball game. Still a large comeback ahead for Winchester if they want to come back and win this ball game, but got a couple of runs closer in that last half inning.
Yeah, those 2 runs allow them to at least play a couple more innings, depending on what post 14 can do here in the top of the 5th.
McKinley Dean back out on the mound for Winchester. His first inning of work was inning number 4. The only scoreless inning for Berkeley in this ball game. It was 5 in the top of the first, 6 in the top of the second, 1 in the top of inning number 3. Leading it off here in the top of the fifth will be Austin Bartley. He grounds one to short. Moving over on it is Croyle. Fires across the diamond. A great throw on the run to retire Austin Bartley for the first out of the inning.
Nice play there by Croyle. Bartley runs pretty well. He was able to get it and get out of his glove quick, and still pretty relatively close play at first base.
Yeah, moving to his left and making that throw on the run, having to turn that upper body. Great throw by Daniel Croyle at shortstop. Now bring up Brady Weaver. Weaver, a big double into the gap back in the second. Has come around to score in this spot in the order. Dylan McCartney has come around to score twice, while it was Weaver coming around to score in the third. That 1-0 in for strike one. The count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike to the catcher, Brady Weaver.
Weaver's hoping that he gets on base here again, give himself a chance to run with no more subs left on the bench.
1-1, a check swing at the plate. They'll appeal down the first base line, and he did go around. So it was a ball that was low at the plate, but Brady Weaver not able to hold up. Now behind on the count, 1-2. But Weaver, one of those guys, doesn't really get phased with 2 strikes on him. Here's that 1-2, driven to the second baseman, Micah Sloan up with it, bobbles it a little bit, but has time to fire over to first. Luke Churchill hauls it in for out number 2. So 5 pitches, third in the inning, 2 down. As that one went 4-3 in the scorebook, we'll bring up Hunter Coe, who had an RBI triple his last time up.
Deans came in and has really done a nice job here so far, really holding post 14 down. He got a nice double play in the last inning, and so far 2 quick outs.
Here comes the first pitch to Coe. Checked his swing, didn't go close to all the way around, so that one skips past Colby Monroe at the plate. No harm, no foul, nobody on base. And what has McKinley Dean done? He's come in and thrown strikes. As Coe lifts one into right field, moving back on it is Ballinger, and he will make the catch on the run and over the shoulder catch. A great catch in right field, and 3 up, 3 down for Winchester here in the top of inning number 5.
That's a great play. That's a great play. That ball just kept tailing and tailing. He just had a great beat on it. Nice play.
Bottom of the 5th. When we come back, it's Berkeley 12, Winchester 4. What a play. Okay.
And Berkeley Fashion Flooring does it all, from hardwood floor restoration to new floor installation, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Family owned and operated with over 25 years experience, you can expect excellent customer service. Estimates are free. Call 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
If you or a loved one is faced with a female cancer diagnosis, be assured that WU Medicine offers the latest and most advanced surgical techniques for treatment. Board-certified gynecologic oncologist Dr. Neil Rosenshine is now accepting patients at the Gynecologic Oncology Center at Berkeley Medical Center. Recognized for his lifetime commitment to gynecology and women's cancers, Dr. Rosenshine is known for his surgical precision and compassionate care for his patients. For more info or to schedule an appointment, call the Gynecologic Oncology Center at Berkeley Medical Center today.
We are, and again, not knowing a whole lot of faces and no jersey numbers on the front of the jerseys, and luckily having some friendly people up here in the press box with us, helping us out and trying to do the best we can to make sure the right people get the right credit for what's going on.
Yeah, and your partner tonight doesn't seem to be doing a very good job of keeping those things right
either. Say it's volunteer work. I need to get over it. Bottom of inning number 5. It was a 2-out rally in the bottom of the 4th for Winchester to score 2 of their 4 runs. We were thinking this may be their last at-bat of the ball game with 2 outs in the last inning. I think they were down to their final 4 outs of the ball game, with Berkeley having a 10-run advantage. Set to lead it off here in the bottom of inning number 5 is Chandler Ballinger.
Yes, it is number 15.
Hey, good job.
I'll do it
the one I can actually see because the angle I'm at.
I'll do
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ballinger now playing first base, as we learned in that half inning. Jokingly said, I'm going to need a new score sheet if they make too many more substitutions. The lefty Ballinger stands in.
Mine looks pretty rough right now.
It takes ball 1. And I believe we have a pitching change for
Hunter Coe?
Yeah, I believe that's Hunter Coe now on the mound. It is as he turns. As Ballinger rips one into right field, that's going to be in for a single. He will round first, and will he try for second? He will. As that ball's bobbled in the outfield by Zach Rose, and in with a stand-up double is Chandler Ballinger. Yeah, Rose kind of lackadaisical with it in the outfield, coming up on it.
Yeah, he looked like he put his head down there and just kind of took his time getting it, and nice job by Ballinger to get to second base.
So a leadoff double. Saw a leadoff double back in the third inning. Didn't come to fruition when it came to runs in that inning. But obviously, you take your chances with a runner on second, no outs. You're willing to take those odds that he's going to come around one way or another. Here's that, a 1-0 from Coe, a swing and a miss. As
number 23.
Jordan McIntyre now standing in. Again, what are you doing over there?
I'm trying to figure it out, man. This is my first time on the job.
McIntyre, the lefty, takes ball 2 low. Here comes that 2-1 pitch to McIntyre as Coe is out of the stretch with a runner on second base. That 2-1 in for strike 2, the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hunter Coe, the third pitcher of the game for Berkeley. Cam King, Dylan McCartney, now Hunter Coe. We knew there was a chance it would be Cam King and Hunter Coe as the 2-2 was swing and a miss, and McIntyre is retired for the first out of the inning. He goes down on strikes. 5-pitch at bat, and first strikeout of the day for Hunter Coe. First out he has recorded. And strikeout number 4 on the day for Winchester. First pitch in there to Sloan. Takes that, as that one misses just off the plate. Ball 1. Coe takes a look back at second base, nobody holding on. Ballinger as Sloan lifts one into foul territory. Jameson Matthew working over to the fence, but that one's going to get out of play down the right field line. Count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
The way Matthew took off after that ball, I thought maybe he had a chance, but just kept drifting and drifting.
Yeah, lost the hat on that one, flying over there.
That's about the third hat I've saw fly off tonight. They gotta order those things a little tighter.
They are the adjustable ones too. You can't even blame the fact that it's like between size on the flex fit or anything.
Oh, they went with the adjustable. It's not the standard flex fit.
No, it's the adjustable.
Oh, that baby should be tight
Snug.
and good to go.
Especially with all the sweating you're going to be doing, that thing will loosen up a little bit.
Right.
Here comes the 1-1 from Hunter Coe. A swing and a miss at the plate. The Sloan was crossed up on that one. Now the count 1-2, 1 out. Here at the bottom of inning number 5. Lights now taking full effect here. That 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on the fastball. Sloan well behind that one, and back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the 5th. Good bounce back. Couple of batters for Hunter Coe after giving up the leadoff double.
Yeah, Hunter Coe looks like he brought the good stuff with him tonight. He seems to be throwing the ball pretty well.
And Winchester just hoping this isn't the third inning all over again. We talked about it. They led off the third with a double. It was Logan McGinnis leading that inning off with a double. And then 3 straight batters were retired. So far, very similar as the first pitch to McKinley Dean. He gets a pass Brady Weaver, moving up to third. Now just 90 feet away is Chandler Ballinger.
Yeah, that's pretty uncharacteristic there of Brady Weaver. That ball wasn't too hard to handle. He just seemed to kind of get over on it.
Yeah, had to get it on the forehand a little bit, but
it's a ball you usually see him stop.
Yeah, high enough out of the dirt that And that's when you see him stop 99 times out of 100. Ready with that 1-0. That one, a strike fastball right at the knees. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield playing relatively deep in the middle. Has that 1-1 pitch, misses low and away, ball 2. Corners playing routine depth, but Justin Murphy at second base standing in the shallow right field grass.
Yeah, I think he's expecting the baseball with how hard Hunter Cohen throws in the late swings we've been seeing.
Here comes that 2-1. There's strike 2 called on the outside corner. That one about thigh high. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuces are wild, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th.
Coe's also been working mainly away too, so I'm sure that Murphy sees that a little bit.
Here comes that break-even pitch. The ball fouled off at the plate. A good job just to get a piece of it by McKinley Dean. And we'll do the 2-2 again.
Maybe that ball was caught.
Looked like it popped from our vantage point. I thought it popped out of the glove of
I thought it did
Brady
too,
Weaver.
But they're ending the inning there, so maybe Brady Weaver did hang on to it.
Everybody's off the field, so we're going to say it was a foul tip caught. Strike 3. Swore I saw a little white cylinder sitting right in front of Brady Weaver. But it'll be 3 strikeouts in the inning and a runner stranded on third base. A leadoff double that can't come through again for Winchester. And we'll go to the top of the 6th when we come back. It's Berkeley 12, Winchester 4. I definitely. High school, Berkeley ahead of Winchester 12-4. Again, a line change of substitutions. Not necessarily substitutions, but just guys going to different positions.
Moving them around, getting them a little bit of work.
Yeah. Unlike Berkeley, Winchester came in with 4 subs they could use. We do know on the mound is Jordan McIntyre. He'll be the 4th pitcher of the day.
McIntyre comes in with the 2nd most innings on the team. He's thrown 17.2 innings. He has a 4.3 ERA.
Corey Daly set to step in here to start the 6th inning here. Daly so far in this one, 1 for 2 with a walk as he takes ball 1 low and away. Daly, another one of those Jefferson Cougars on this roster. I think 4 in total as Colson Titus not here today, but a part of this team. That 1-0 pitch misses low, 2-0.
Yeah, I think for the most part they have a pretty good mix of the county with Jefferson and Martinsburg.
That 2-0 bounces low and inside, ball 3.
As well as Hedgesville and Musselman. I think they have a nice mix of group, nice mix of guys.
And the thing with American Legion Baseball, you can only pull from so many schools by enrollment. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Is that 3-0, a called strike 1 on the inside corner. So based on school enrollment, that's non-freshman,
right.
I believe.
I know I had that talk with Manager Tobin before, and I think that's one of the reasons why Spring Mills wasn't able to be utilized on the senior level, but was able to be utilized on the junior level.
Yeah, and I know hoping to get some of the younger Washington kids involved at that junior level as well. Corey Daly on the 3-1 fouled it down the third base line, out of play. The count now full, 3-2.
You know, you look at it on the senior level, most of those guys, you know, at least on this team, are moving on to play, you know, college baseball next year. Your junior level seems to kind of be like more where your returners are coming back.
That 3-2, a chopper to the shortstop. Crowell up with it, fires over to first, calling it in at first for out number 1.
Crowd's made some real nice plays over there at shortstop today.
One down here in the inning, so 4 straight retired. Going back to the top of inning number 5, brings up Zach Rose. Rose so far in this one is 2 for 3. A double and a single. Has also come around and scored twice. Add a couple of RBI in there as he lifts this one foul out of play over the first base bleachers, or the third base bleachers.
You don't think right field is a position that John Lowry will think of using Rose at next year, do you?
I think if he's watching tonight, he's putting a little X next to right field.
It's not an option.
Not saying that Zach Rose has done bad, but I think he's a better fit at first base.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's done bad either. You know, I'm sure that could quite possibly be. You know, is very few times out in the outfield.
That 0-1 misses high. The count now 1-1 to Rose. The lefty now awaits that 1-1. That one misses away. Ball 2.
One thing's for certain, he's still very comfortable in the left-handed batter's box.
Yes, that is one thing that I don't think will change no matter where he's playing in the field. He's also done a very good job from what we've seen of being able to kind of shake off whatever he did in the field if there was an error. This is a chopper to the third baseman. Up with it is George. Fires over to first for out number 2. Tanner George now playing third base. Good throw. First action he's seen at third base. Attacked that baseball perfectly. Waited for the right bounce. Came up on it. Good throw over to first.
2 quick outs. As slow as those first couple innings have gone, these latter couple innings have really going along pretty quickly.
And now going out about the 2-hour mark, hour and 58. This game got started a little bit after 7 o'clock. Jameson Matthew now steps in. Watches ball 1 go by. That one was low, getting by Colby Monroe at the plate.
Parker Martin makes the long run to the backstop to get the pass ball.
I think Trip Tobin is saying that's your conditioning today, boys. The right-handed Matthew awaits that 1-0. Lets that one go high, ball 2. Give Winchester credit in this one. They have not backed down. They've struggled to find the strike zone on the mound, but have not backed down at all as there's a strike in there by Jordan McIntyre.
No, there was definitely a point in this game where they could have just packed it in and so play tomorrow, boys, but they've definitely battled and done a nice job.
Again, I think both of these teams not necessarily overlooking the challenge in front of them, but definitely seeing what's on the horizon as that 2-1 misses high, ball 3. Some area action coming up for both of these teams, as the last week of the regular season, at least for Berkeley, is this week. And the area tournament will start. That 3-1 misses high, ball 4. And Jameson Matthew will reach on a 2-out walk.
Now to bat number 11, Parker Martin.
It's Matthew's third walk on the day.
And that's something that I think he's tried to work on a lot in this summer league. Is he was a good power hitter last year, could hit the ball all over the ballpark, but his strikeout numbers were through the roof.
Yeah, it seemed like he definitely struck out a lot. And I've been impressed with the patience that he's shown today.
Parker Martin waits back on that off-speed pitch, not quite long enough as he fouls that one off behind home plate and out of play. Strike 1.
Jameson Matthew, Parker Martin, 2 guys that Hedges will have returning next year.
And also the return of Kyle West, the 2-year starter at shortstop, a swing and a miss by Parker Martin. Now he's behind in the count 0-2, and a good core of guys coming back. Obviously, you're missing some star power for Hedgesville, but being the regional champions, still have a decent little core coming back, a decent young core.
Yeah, the cover definitely isn't bare out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, that 0-2 pitch missing high and inside, ball 1. You look at Jefferson, a lot of young talent. You look at Musselman, a lot of young talent. You look at Martinsburg, some younger talent coming up through the.
We have some some young guys that have played really well this summer that I've been really impressed with. That I hope that can contribute next year.
That 1-2 low and in the dirt, moving up to second on the pitch, and there is Jameson Matthews in the second, sliding in safely with a stolen base. A little bit of a delayed after he saw that one spike in the dirt. Waited for Monroe to see how much time he was going to take to get to that baseball, and Matthew thought he had enough time, and he did. So he's now standing in scoring position.
Yeah, that was a good jump by Matthew.
The 2-2 pitch lifted into shallow center field, moving over on as a shortstop Coyle, and he will haul it in. A 4-out number 3, so a 2-out walk, nothing doing after that for Berkeley as they will go scoreless for the second straight inning. We will go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. It's Berkeley 12, Jefferson again. We keep talking about Jefferson. Winchester 4.
Hey guys, it's your favorite Matt from Miller Time, and anyone who knows me understands my love for 3 things in this world: food, sports, and beer. And around here in this area, there's only one place I go when I want those 3. The Final Score at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg. With TVs in every direction you look, your game is always in sight no matter where you're hanging out at the bar. When it comes to foods, you can't beat their selection and taste. The burgers are cooked to perfection, their appetizers are perfect if you just want something light while you're watching the game, and their wings are the best in town, with several traditional sauces that they put their own unique twist on, including my personal favorite, the Peri Peri wings. And if you're looking for an ice cold beer to wash it all down, the Final Score has 30 beers on tap. Yes, you heard me right, 30. Or if you're not a beer drinker, their bartending staff will be happy to make you whatever cocktail you had in mind. So if you're looking for a great place to hang out and watch a game, or just a place to hang out and catch up with old friends, head down to the Final Score at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg.
Bottom of inning number 6. Still an 8-run lead for Berkeley over Winchester. Coming to the plate here in the bottom of inning number 6, leading it off, I believe will be Tanner George. Wait to see the number on the back of the jersey. A lot of guys shuffling around. Number 6, Tanner George.
You got it, yep, right on. It's tough with that jersey number not on the front.
Yeah, I have to wait, especially for the righty, where we're set up kind of in the left part of the press box.
Both those teams not showing numbers on the front of the jersey.
Not thinking about the media that has to cover.
Yeah, they don't take into account you guys, how hard you work up here.
George steps in, takes strike 1. A good fastball from Hunter Coe, comes back out his second inning of work.
Seemed to pick up right where he left off there, hitting that outside corner with the fastball.
Coe out of the windup. Here's that 0-1. That one misses low and away, ball 1. A little bit of an off-speed pitch shown there by Coe. Good take by Tanner George. Ready with that 1-1. That one fouled off right behind home plate, hitting the screen to the right of our press box location. Now the count 1-2 to George. George is the number 8 hitter in the order. After this inning, 1 at-bat left for each team. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hunter Coe, a fastball. That one missing just low and away, ball 2.
Yeah, that pitch seems to be a little bit outside, a little low. Nobody was really jockeying for that one, so.
Here comes that break-even pitch from Hunter Coe out of the lineup. A swing and a miss, and George goes down on strikes. Good off-speed pitch by Hunter Coe on the mound on that 2-2, changing up location, changing up speeds.
Yeah, he's really tough to hit when he's throwing his fastball like he is, and commands it both in and out, and then he mixes that breaking pitch off on you. He's top-notch pitcher.
Calvin Bowser will step in. Bowser so far in this one has reached twice a walk and was plunked by a pitch. Back in the 4th, he takes ball 1 low.
The on-base percentage is good.
Yeah, finding a way to get on one way or another. Well, that 1-0, Anthony Eves for strike 1. Infield playing a little further back. Justin Murphy actually playing in the infield dirt this inning. That 1-1 gets by Brady Weaver at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Bowser.
Looked like Coe reached back for a little extra on that pitch. Just kind of got away from him. don't know. Justin Murphy looks to be back in the grass again.
Yeah, it looks like the heels are in the grass, but he's working a little more in. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a strike 2 called on the outside corner. Count even 2-2.
You know, I don't mind it. He understands the game. He understands the Hunter Coast throwing hard. He understands he's going to see a lot of action over there. And you know, he's played a lot of second base in the high school season, so he knows what he's doing.
That 2-2, a swing and a miss in the second strikeout of the inning for Hunter Co., the 5th on the game so far in relief.
Yeah, besides that leadoff double that he gave up, that's 5 in a row.
And pitching well.
So you're saying there was a reason Hedgesville was good this year?
I'm saying they had some talent, yes.
They definitely.
I don't think anybody would argue with the fact that they had quite a bit of talent on that roster, 1 through 9.
They definitely did. Anytime this guy's your number 2.
Breaking ball in for strike 1, Daniel Croyle. And Hatch just has to watch that one go by. A lot of break on that one late. I think even as an opposing coach, you can admit that there was a lot of. I mean, you saw it firsthand.
Absolutely. This is we never faced Hunter Coast, so this is actually my first time seeing him, and he's definitely impressive.
I'm trying to think, you saw the Lauder and Parker Martin, correct?
Yeah.
That 0-1 missed away. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one also a bit up and a bit outside. Now the count 2-1.
We actually saw Parker Martin twice.
Oh, was it Parker Martin twice?
Yeah, we saw him both regular season games and then DeLauder in the sectional game.
Here's the 2-1 from Hunter Co. That one off the plate and a bit low. Now the count 3-1, Daniel Croyle. Yeah, Chase DeLauder, a part of this team, but doing some work down at JMU, as that's where he will be attending in the fall. I know his summer classes end here soon, so the Coach Tobin hopes to have him back for the playoffs.
Did he think he'll get him back?
He believes he will get him back. Is that 3-1? Strike 2 looking. The count now full 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll talk about that a little bit later, seeing what this pitch looks like. And that's a strike 3 looking to drop. A third strike by Brady Weaver. Throw is outside the line down to Jameson Matthew, but he will haul it in for out number 3. So that's going to be a strikeout. It's going to go 2-3 in the scorebook, and 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts, 6 on the game for Hunter Co. We'll go to the top of the 7th when we come back. It's Berkeley at 12, Winchester 4.
Nothing beats the sound of summer unless it's finding a way to make cleaning your pool easier. Now you can with Pool Life. Our complete line of premium pool care products is the easiest solution under the sun for crystal clear, clean pool fun. Get the most brilliant clean ever seen all summer long with Pool Life. Only at fine pool dealers like John's Pool Supplies, close to Gold's Gym on Eagle School Road in Martinsburg. Ask about quality PDC hot tubs. Phone 267-2000 or go online at johnspoolsupplies.com.
If you or a loved one is faced with a female cancer diagnosis, be assured that WDU Medicine offers the latest and most advanced surgical techniques for treatment. Board-certified gynecologic oncologist Dr. Neil Rosenshine is now accepting patients at the Gynecologic Oncology Center at Berkeley Medical Center. Recognized for his lifetime commitment to gynecology and women's cancers, Dr. Rosenshine is known for his surgical precision and compassionate care for his patients. For more info or to schedule an appointment, call the Gynecologic Oncology Center at Berkeley Medical Center today.
As they have not hung their heads in this one. They have continued to battle. Matt Crawford here with you. Aaron Byler, Martinsburg baseball head coach, doing some color commentary tonight. How's the first broadcast going for you?
I've enjoyed it, man. I really appreciate you having me out, thinking that I am capable of getting it done tonight.
And we had planned to have this same broadcast crew up in Berkeley Springs for the area tournament for the 10 to 12 Little League All-Stars. Had some technical difficulties and couldn't get that broadcast out. A lot of people blaming you for breaking something, and the reason we couldn't get that broadcast out was not your fault, however, so I figured I owed you a rain check.
I appreciate that. Everybody was giving me a hard time, asking if I tripped on a cord or something.
Matt Miller working the morning shift this week, so he is taking a well-deserved night off from being out until 9, 10 o'clock. Justin Murphy's first pitch he sees lifted into deep left field. That's going to get hauled in for out number 1. Great job by the left fielder. I believe that's Tanner George out there in left field, hauling that one in Great job running that one down. That hung up in the air a lot longer than I was expecting it to off the bat of Justin Murphy, and Murphy's going to walk back to the dugout. I think he was thinking extra bases off the bat, and I think I was too.
Yeah, I think I was too. Murphy shows some good pop there.
First pitch he saw too, he liked it. Lifted that one deep, just a little too much air underneath it, back to the top of the order for Kyle Farmer. He fouls one off. Stays in play, just hitting off the top of the netting.
I'd like to see Kyle Farmer get something going here. It's been kind of a tough night for him.
Talked about Chase DeLauder in the last half inning. He's finishing up his summer work at JMU, already enrolled, and according to Trip Tobin, may even get to see DeLauder pitch a little bit, as I think the JMU coaching staff wants to see him throw the ball a little bit, maybe 50, 60 pitches his first outing, maybe a little bit more after that. And I know that.
Now, would that be in the state tournament, or would that be in the district play?
I'm not 100% positive on that one, as Kyle Farmer swings at the 0-1, swings through it, count out 0-2. I'm thinking that'd be more at the state level than anything, not wanting to use him unless absolutely needed. But again, I think that you don't want him to go the whole summer without throwing in a game situation.
Right.
Here comes that 0-2 to Kyle Farmer. That one up and away, ball one.
Yeah, I'm sure Trip Tobin would be very happy to see him on the mound as come the state tournament if they were fortunate enough to get there.
1-2 the count now to leadoff batter Kyle Farmer. Breaking ball in for strike three looking. Farmer's going to go down for the third time today on strikes and not having his best game in that leadoff spot.
No, that was a tough pitch there too, and that was one of those borderline calls that he didn't know if it was going to be or not going to be, and he got rung up. Just not his night tonight.
Yeah, a looping breaking ball. That one seemed like it took about 4 seconds to get to the plate.
I think you just tip your hat to the pitcher on that one and go back to the dugout.
That brings up Austin Bartley. He'll take ball one low and away. Bartley so far in this game has reached 3 times, once on an error, has walked twice as well, and has come around to score twice. This one he lifts foul behind home plate and out of play to count now even 1-1.
Yeah, Bartley's finding a way on base, but doesn't have a hit to show for it tonight yet.
Stay tuned after the game. We'll give you the numbers from this one in our post-game show, then send you back into CBS Sports Radio on the radio side and regular programming on the television side. That 1-1 misses away, ball 2. Nationals back in action tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch there in Baltimore, taking on the Orioles, a brief 2-game series. That 2-1, a late called strike 2 on the outside corner. The count now even. Again, deuces are wild. The 2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2 outs. To the number 2 hitter wearing number 2. He takes that 2-2 outside. Now the count runs full. Here comes the payoff pitch. McIntyre out of the lineup. Here's the 3-2. That one low, ball 4.
Bartley's on base again.
The 4th time today. He's grounded out. The only time he didn't reach. That was a good play by Daniel Croyle over at shortstop. See if we have any 2-out magic.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a situation where you put Bartley in motion.
Had a brief pause. Oh, there's a bat laying in foul territory. Saw our home plate umpire take his mask off and go a little towards that first base dugout. Wondering what that was about. The bat of Austin Bartley laying close enough in foul territory. Hunter Coe going over to grab it. Brady Weaver steps in, takes strike 1. Weaver in this one, a big double. That's his highlight of this ball game. He's also scored twice. See if there's anything left in the tanks. He rips this one to shortstop. It's going to get by a diving Croyle into left field. Moving from first to third is going to be Austin Bartley with ease, and he will slide into third base safely. Brady Weaver got about halfway to second base. He will retreat back to first, and a very sharply hit ball past the shortstop into the outfield.
Yeah, that ball was hit on the numbers. Nice job of Bartley there to go from first to third.
Yeah, first to third on a base hit at 2 left field. Good job reading that baseball. Helps with 2 outs because he's going on the crack of the bat.
Yeah, and that ball's right in front of him. You know, that's what we tell our guys. That's a you read, as we call it. You know, if you can see it and you can get there, I'm not going to tell you anything that you can't see.
So let me get this straight. You're taking credit for that one?
No, I'm just saying that's a you read. You know, that's one that we give our guys we trust that they have the confidence to make that read.
Hunter Coe takes a hack at the first pitch he sees, lifts it right over our heads. The count now 0-1, as we will get a courtesy runner at first. Dylan McCartney not on the mound anymore. He can return, apparently.
He's in.
Yep, he's in now at first. Going to be that courtesy runner. 0-1 the count to Hunter Coe. Coe, a couple of hits in this game, has also walked. Here comes that 0-1. That one high, ball one. Jordan McIntyre in his second inning of work here for Winchester, the fourth pitcher of the day. Here comes that 1-1. That one's lifted high into right field. Moving over on it is the right fielder, and he will haul it in for out number 3. So 3 straight scoreless innings on the mound for Winchester. Berkeley struggling with the offense here the last couple of innings, much in part to Jordan McIntyre. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th, the final inning, half inning if you will. When we come back, it's Berkeley 12, Winchester 4.
Celebrate July 4th all month long at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. With one of the largest inventories in the state, you'll get great deals with over 250 vehicles to choose from. Keep an eye on your mailbox for special offers like the Key for Key Exchange and first month payment assistance up to $500. Miller's may be able to match or lower your current or previous payment. And check out 0% APR for up to 72 months on selected models. Come and see for yourself why Miller's outsells the competition 2-1. Celebrate July 4th all month long at Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 9 at Kelly Island Road, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Online at millerschryslerjeep.com. All payments based on approved credit, taxes, tax, and processing fees extra. See dealer for details.
Believe we have a pitching change.
Kyle Farmer?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Kyle Farmer coming out of the outfield. Not sure what that does to the outfield alignment.
Looks like Bartley in center.
Easy for you to say. They're your players.
Hunter Coe in right.
Nah, still looking like Zach Rose in right field. So
Hunter Coe in center, Bartley in left.
So just a
straight switch.
Yeah, straight swap. So the fourth pitcher of the day for Berkeley.
It's definitely easier to identify guys if they're coming off your team.
That you see every day for 4 straight months.
It is.
So Kyle Farmer. I'm sure he and everybody on that team will always hold a special place in your heart, your first team at Martinsburg.
Yeah, those guys were terrific, and Kyle Farmer was a big part of helping us get to Charleston, and it's funny to see him in the 7th here, because when we were successful there, when we made our run through sectionals and regionals, he was kind of the closer guy that we used in that role, and he did a fantastic job at it. And I'll for always be indebted to those guys for what they did for me in the program in my first year.
Is that an easier transition making the state tournament your first year, or did that put the target a little more on your back than anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that at least getting there and getting it out of the way your first year, then if you ever fortunate enough to make it back, you know all the things that you redo. So
Colby Monroe will be the leadoff batter here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Anytime you can make it to Charleston, though, it's special. It doesn't matter if you're your first or last year. That going down there is just a special time.
First pitch to Monroe. That one only got about 58 feet, bouncing in there. Good block by Brady Weaver, ball 1. Brady Weaver going to go out and have a conversation with Kyle Farmer.
Shouldn't be too hard to get on the page with signs here, right? There's nobody on second to pick him up. You just put down a 1 or 2 and where you want it and go from there. Maybe he's trying to see what all pitches he throws.
I think they would have figured that out before the first pitch was thrown in the
Yeah,
inning.
you would have thought.
Just my thought.
Sometimes you really got to coach up high school guys. They don't really. I guess these guys aren't high school
I was going to say,
yeah,
both
he
these
should have
guys
figured
are
out.
now graduates.
He
Farmer even more than Brady
He
Weaver.
should have it figured out. You can't take anything for granted, though.
Farmer at Garrett Community College?
Garrett Community College, yeah. Playing for Coach Allen back.
That 1-0 ground ball to the shortstop, Corey Daly. Up with it, takes a couple of steps over to first. Good pick in the dirt by Jameson Matthew, and they get Monroe by a step.
Took his time there, made it a little closer than he maybe needed to be.
Yeah, double, triple, quadruple clutch. That one took about 3 crow hops over the infield.
Hey, either way, we're right down 6-3 and 1 out.
Doesn't matter how it gets over there. As long as it beats the runner, it's an out. 1 down here in the bottom of inning number 7. Amon Jude now stepping in.
Churchill?
No, this is
Is
Jude
it
back.
Yeah.
Again, our starter re-entering as he takes ball 1 outside. Next week we'll work on numbers.
Yeah, man. If I've earned my way back, I don't know. I don't know what this grade is tonight. It might not be good enough. Matt Miller's probably sitting at home just shaking his head.
1-0, a check swing that Jude did go far enough. Count out even 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll get a worse grade than you will. Here comes the 1-1, a swing and a miss. Jude now behind the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think you got to give the rookie the benefit of the doubt, right?
I think you do. Growing pains. 1 ball, 2 strike. The count 2. Monjude, he takes that one low and away, ball 2. Farmer out of the stretch with the bases empty. Here comes that 2-2, a fastball up and away, ball 3. The count's now full. Something that's becoming a little bit more common, I think, as you see the pitchers out of the stretch with the bases empty. You used to never see that at any level. Once you got to the 60-foot mound,
yeah, I think
you really hardly ever saw that anymore up until a couple years ago. Here comes that 3-2 and just inside. Ball 4 and Jude on with a 1-out walk.
I think it just simplifies things for guys. You know, they're thinking about so much out there, and anytime you can make this game simpler, because as you know, it's a very complex and difficult game. So just allowing them to go from the stretch every time just kind of simplifies things for them.
The lefty Chandler Ballinger steps in. Ballinger has reached a couple times today. He lifts this one into a shallow center field. Corey Daly moving back on it as it floats over towards shortstop, and it gets by him. It drops right in behind him. Going halfway was Jude, and he moves up to second base, and not sure if Daly lost that one in the lights. It was trailing back on him as he was started right behind, or close to behind second base, and then slowly worked back to his left, and that dropped right behind him.
From our view, especially off the bat, you kind of see it tailing and tailing and tailing. He looked comfortable and settled underneath it, but just couldn't make the play.
Going to go down as an E6 in the scorebook. In the words of Gary Geffert at shortstop, it's either an out or an error.
It's either an out or an error, right?
Yep. Strike 1.
He's tough on his shortstops.
Yeah, Jordan McIntyre standing in, the lefty. Takes strike 1 with 2 runners on, 1 out. Tough for good reason. His son was a pretty good shortstop back in his day.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And Spike a pretty good shortstop back in the day.
Didn't have the chance to watch him play. It was before my time in Martinsburg, but I've heard good things about him.
Gary, one of the big names in baseball around the area, the skipper, manager, owner, GM of the Martinsburg Blue Sox, another summer league. I know going down to Myrtle Beach, it was funny having he and Tripp kind of bidding on players in a way.
Yeah, they were. I think it worked out for the both of them. I think the Blue Sox have a nice team this year too.
0-2 to McIntyre. A called strike 3 on the outside corner, 2 down.
We actually have a couple of our graduating seniors, Aaron Pearson and Ashton Stobbs, that chose to play for the Blue Sox instead of here. And just to kind
of got a coach over there too, don't you?
Yeah, Buzzy Jackson, and he's coaching, and then Zeke Grissinger is a player coach.
Yep.
Player coach. So all kinds of ties to the Blue Sox.
2 down as Micah Sloan steps in. Be ready, looking for his first base of the day. Lifts this one in foul territory. Jameson Matthew going over, and he will haul it in foul territory, and that is your ball game. Final here from James Wood High School. Berkeley gets the win over Winchester. The final 12-2-4. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back in 90 seconds. We'll have some post-game stats for you and a scoring recap. Also set up what's coming up and next for us. That coming up next in the post-game show. Again, your final from here. It is Berkeley 12, Winchester 4.
Hey guys, it's your favorite Matt from Miller Time, and anyone who knows me understands my love for 3 things in this world: food, sports, and beer. And around here in this area, there's only one place I go when I want those 3. The Final Score at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg. With TVs in every direction you look, your game is always in sight no matter where you're hanging out at the bar. When it comes to foods, you can't beat their selection and taste. The burgers are cooked to perfection, their appetizers are perfect if you just want something light while you're watching the game, and their wings are the best in town, with several traditional sauces that they put their own unique twist on, including my personal favorite, the Peri Peri wings. And if you're looking for an ice cold beer to wash it all down, the Final Score has 30 beers on tap. Yes, you heard me right, 30. Or if you're not a beer drinker, their bartending staff will be happy to make you whatever cocktail you had in mind. So if you're looking for a great place to hang out and watch a game, or just a place to hang out and catch up with old friends, head down to the Final Score at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg.
If you or a loved one is faced with a female cancer diagnosis, be assured that WVU Medicine offers the latest and most advanced surgical techniques for treatment. Board-certified gynecologic oncologist Dr. Neil Rosenshine is now accepting patients at the Gynecologic Oncology Center at Berkeley Medical Center. Recognized for his lifetime commitment to gynecology and women's cancers, Dr. Rosenshine is known for his surgical precision and compassionate care for his patients. For more info or to schedule an appointment, call the Gynecologic Oncology Center at Berkeley Medical Center today.
Show again, your final from here was Berkeley over Winchester 12-4, and Aaron, this was really a tale of 2 games. It was the 1st through 3rd, and then the 4th through 7th. The halfway point really was really the turning point in this game. The momentum completely shifted, and all the scoring pretty much stopped except for 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th for Winchester.
Yeah, nobody could really get anything going there, and credit to that to the pitchers that came in and threw strikes and kept everybody off the board. And it almost seemed like post 14 realized they did enough and kind of just hit that cruise button that sometimes happens, unfortunately.
Yeah, in the top of the 1st, it was 5 for Berkeley. That coming on 4 hits, also a handful of walks, 3 in that inning. They scored 5-2. It was a good bounce-back bottom of the 1st inning for Winchester. That coming due to the wild pitching of Cam King. He ended up having 3 walks in that inning, and that really helped with a couple of sacrifice flies. It was 2 runs at the bottom of that 1st, not a hit for Winchester.
Yeah, I don't know how much you can call it wild. I call it probably a pretty tight strike zone there that led to some of them. But at the end of the day, if they're called balls, they're balls.
By the top of the 2nd inning, it was 6 runs for Berkeley. That's when you really got the feeling they were probably going to walk away with this one. 6 runs came on 4 hits, 3 walks. Bottom of the 2nd, scoreless for Winchester. Another run in the top of inning number 3, scoreless for Winchester in the bottom of the 3rd. And then the last offense we'd really see in this game was the bottom of the 4th inning, where 2 runs came across. It was a good 2-out rally for Winchester after 2 strikeouts by Dylan McCartney. A walk, a hit batter, another walk, and then a 2 RBI single by Colby Monroe. And at that point, you know what? Hats off to this Winchester team. They did not go, you know what, let's get this over in 5 and go home. They were in this game to get better and get their cuts in.
Yeah, they definitely battled, and after those first couple innings, they pretty well shut post 14 down. And I would think if I'm their manager, I'm happy with how we battled, and I'm happy with going forward into the big game they have later in the week.
So that is your scoring recap. Again, your final is Berkeley 12, Winchester 4. We're going to take another 90-second break, and when we come back, we'll give you some final stats and run the numbers from this one. Again, your final, it is Berkeley 12, Winchester 4. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
Rumors are flying. There's this big merger everyone is talking about. Two real forces in the world joining forces. This is big stuff, but it's all rumor. Is this merger really going to happen? If so, when? Where? Who else is involved? Mergers of this stature affect a lot of people. At Bechtel Jewelers, we say, sir, it's time to confirm the rumors. This is Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. It's true. People are talking about you and that woman you're so crazy about. It's so obvious to everybody that you're meant for each other. And yes, talk about two forces in the world. You, her, watch out world. So get in here. Let's find the diamond and the setting. Just perfect for her. Just what she's dreamed of. Then get back to her pronto. Down on one knee, open that little box, say those few words. She'll probably say more than a few back. Of course, when she sees her diamond, she might not be able to say anything at all, except the one word that confirms that beautiful merger. And then spread the news. Confirm the rumors. This merger is happening. Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South in Inwood.
Find them online at BechtelJewelers.com. City National Bank ranked #1 in the region in customer satisfaction 2 years in a row by J.D. Power and Associates. For a convenient location near you, log on to bankatscity.com.
Matt Miller with a local look at local sports on Talk Radio WRNR, 106.5 FM and 740 AM.
Into the post-game show. Let's get it started with the pitching totals, and let's start with who was on the mound first for Winchester. It was Zaman Jude who got the start. He went 1+, giving up 7 runs on 5 hits. He would walk 4 and strike out 1. He gave way to Luke Churchill. He gave up 5 hits in 2 innings of work, also giving up 5 runs. Didn't get any strikeouts, but also only walked 3, so not overly bad, but better than 4. Now, that was really the issue in this ball game, was walks warranted. And again, you can't necessarily blame the pitchers too much. They did miss the strike zone a fair amount, but it was a very, very tight strike zone. McKinley Dean came in. He went 2 innings on the mound, giving up no runs, no hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Jordan McIntyre came in over the final 2 innings. He gave up 1 hit, didn't give up any runs, walked 3, and struck out 1. What really jumped out at you about the pitching?
I think Dean and McIntyre were more of their top guys. When you look at innings pitched, I think they tried to throw some guys to start off that didn't necessarily have a whole bunch of innings this year to kind of save pitchers. But I think if they would throw their top guys against post 14 down the road, I think they can definitely compete.
For Berkeley on the mound, starting it off was Cam King on a pitch count. He was taken out in a strange way we thought again. He was with 2 outs in that second inning on a 2-2 count, the 7th pitch upcoming, but he got to that 45 pitch mark, and Trip Tobin decided to take him out. He won an inning and 2/3, gave up 2 runs on no hits, 4 walks. Again, struggled to find that strike zone and struck out 1. Dylan McCartney went 2 1/3, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. He would walk 2, also hit a batter, but strike out 3. Hunter Coe came in and really had a dominant performance. Went 2 innings, only gave up 1 hit, and that was the very first batter he faced in Chandler Ballinger, and that was a double. After that, 6 consecutive strikeouts. Kyle Farmer came in to shut the door in a way. He was the last pitcher you saw. He went 1 inning, striking out 1 while also walking 1. What stood out to you for the Berkeley pitching?
Hunter Coe. I thought Hunter Coe was just fantastic on the mound, and he filled up the zone. He moved the fastball in and out. He threw the off-speed stuff for a strike, and I think Trip Tobin's got to feel pretty comfortable when he's on the mound, and I'm sure he'll be on the mound in bigger situations down the road.
Time to take a look at the hitting totals first for Berkeley. Kyle Farmer, that leadoff spot, a game he's going to want to forget. 3 strikeouts on the day. A big day for Brady Weaver. He had 2 hits, would come around to score 3 times as well. Hunter Coe, a big day. He had a big 3 RBI triple to go along with a single. He would come around to score twice. Corey Daly, a single. He would come around to score twice at a walk. Zach Rose had a very, very good day. I thought he struggled a little bit in right field, but not necessarily his God-given position. He's a first baseman, but he really, I think, set the tone with that big double in the first inning.
Yeah, we talked about him trying to go to the opposite field, and definitely did with that 2 RBI double down the line.
finishing it off, Jameson Matthew, 3 walks on the day. And again, we talked about it throughout the game. That is a good day for him just because of the strikeout numbers he had last spring at the high school level. And just to have that play discipline, I think, is only something that's going to make his game improve from a game that wasn't bad to begin with.
Yeah, you hope that if you're Coach Grove out of Hedgesville, you hope that continues when he sees him next spring.
Justin Murphy hit the ball hard a couple of times, but never really found his way on base. And hitting for a Winchester, they only had 3 hits on the day. In that number 2 spot between Logan McGinnis and Colby Monroe, they each had a big hit. Also a sacrifice fly that scored a run for Jack Duvall. A couple of walks in the lower part of the order, but hitting for Winchester was just a struggle today.
Yeah, they didn't square it up very well, that's for sure. They had that one inning there where they got 2 runs to keep it, make sure they had played all 7, but other than that, not much going on.
Final totals look like this. Berkeley, 11 hits, scoring 12 runs, no errors. They would leave 6 on base, 4 in scoring position. For Winchester, 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors in the field. They would leave 4 on base with 2 of those in scoring position. Time of the game, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Well, that is going to wrap up our coverage for today. Our next broadcast will be from South Charleston, the 10 to 12-year-old Little League All-Star game, the state tournament starting coming up on Saturday. We will have all the coverage for the Jefferson team as far as they may go, both on the radio and on TV 10, Comcast Cable Channel 10 in Berkeley and Jefferson County. Also on the WRNR TV page. And we know a lot of rain in the forecast. Right now, it's summer. That could change a bunch, so keep it tuned to our Facebook page for updates if anything were to change. A big thanks to all the folks here at James Wood High School, the coaches for all their help and hospitality, also line us before the game. Big thanks to Trip Tobin, not only for his help, but also coming to join us for Miller time prior to this one starting as well. For Logan Nichols back at the studio, and for my co-host today, Aaron Byler, I am Matt Crawford, reminding you that the final here today was Berkeley 12, Winchester 4. Until Saturday, we'll see you then.